Glad to have you along tonight for the first round of the 5A state playoffs. Again, Noble Stadium all decorated and ready for a playoff game here tonight. The Ardmore Titans coming at 5-5. Ardmore Tigers perfect on the regular season. A perfect season at 10-0. Wound up last week with a big win over the Altus Bulldogs, and the Ardmore Tigers look set to just take advantage of some teams early on here in the playoffs. It'll certainly be great to see exactly how that transpires here tonight. Just ready to get underway. We're going to take another time out here. We'll come back with the Fenton Honda pregame keys to the game here with Coach Lloyd. That's after this timeout. You're listening to Tiger Football at 97.7, the big station, Kick 'em Country.
But bad things can happen after that, okay? So when the whistle blows, let's stop all action, okay? All right, we're going to do the mark toss here. You guys won the toss. You deferred, okay? So I'm going to give a signal.
So here's how we're going to start the game. The Ardmore Tigers have won the toss. They have chosen to defer. Carl Albert is now going to decide what they're going to do. Carl Albert will be on the north end of the field. Receive the ball. The Ardmore Tigers are going to kick off to start the game.
All right, thank you, David Polk down there. And just another salon brings you the playoff coin toss right there. And again, that's Eddie Egerton, Earl Perkins, Bob Hogue, and Mike Walker. Bob Harris, the bank judge for the contest tonight. Again, we're live at Noble Stadium tonight for the Ardmore Tigers as they host the Ardmore Titans, the first round of the Class 5A playoffs. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back here. We've got the kickoff on the way at the big station, Kick 'em Country.
You know, I really think we've all got to get rid of the tunnel and the fog, though. That's a little overdone, you know? It's kind of old.
Yeah, let's not be Miami.
Well, plus, that was, what, 10 years ago, 12 years ago?
Longer than that.
I know.
Long time ago.
Miami was doing it 20 years ago.
I got to turn this stuff down. All I can hear is crowd. I can't hear Dave. I can't hear Terry. Outro, then spot. And then we'll be ready for the secondhand sports kickoff, and we've done all of our duty. Fairhead duty. You lump of something? Huh?
That's
Billy's.
Okay.
Are you okay? Is it in your way?
Can't put it over there. We'll be confused.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Can you not see? Put it in the corner.
How about
Mine's
right?
empty,
How about
so
right?
That'll work.
you want to.
That'll work.
Now I'll drink out of it, and you'll feel bad.
If you could get me an end table right here, you know,
Is
we'd
there
be
some
just...
way we could get like a double-decker in here? Just 30's fine. Not right now, but if you push that... Okay, yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah, we missed that a whole bunch.
When you're dead, when you die.
Yeah, like you care. Hey. Here we go. Welcome back here just in time for the second-hand sports kickoff of the game. The Ardmore Tigers, as David told you, will kick right to left here. They'll take the first foot into the football at the 40-yard line. Carl Albert back deep there. Going to be 24, David Vaughn. He's the Z-back. Pretty quick guy. Also plays both ways. Plays at cornerback. On the other side of him was David Oku. Oku is a running back. He's a freshman, and he has got some kind of speed. We talked about that earlier this week. A couple of different folks told me that he's the next big thing out of Carl Albert, Midwest City, and that is him right there, David, number 32, David Oku. So the Tigers are going to line it up as they do normally with the kick here. There's going to be Kelby Price. He lined it up at the 40, kick right to left right here as we are just about to get underway. The second-hand sports kick gets us underway in the state playoffs. Back to the far side there is David Vaughn, and Vaughn up to the 20 to the 25. Runs into his own man at the 25-yard line, and still going to get 4 or 5 yards out of the deal. And down there for the Tigers, quickly, Ellis Knight, one of the guys down there. Good to see him running the football field again. Also in there as normal is going to be DeJuan Miles, and the Tigers doing a pretty good job stopping him right there. They start at the 30.
Well, you have to at least give partial credit to Charles Spencer. One of the Titans had the biggest hit on that tackle as he knocked him sideways, and the Tigers finished him off.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line, 29.5, let's call it. QB brings him up to the line of scrimmage. Take the snap, not much running room right there as the Tigers get it done pretty quickly.
The thing you have to do with Carl Albert is not let him establish that fullback game. That base play and Ardmore all over that, the handoff to the fullback Joe Stoner, absolutely nothing there.
Chris Ellis, the quarterback, he's only 5'8", Billy, goes about 100.5, and so not a very big guy for the Carl Albert Titans. I-backs behind him this time as Ellis sets him down, puts a man in motion, and he will pitch it to the deep back. That's David Oku, and he's trapped up in the backfield. Good job there defensively for the Ardmore Tigers, and Brian Booker in there first on the tackle for the Tigers and turns it back in. 3rd down 9 now.
Brian Booker and also Ellis Knight up quickly from his safety position in on that running play. Good recognition on his part. 3rd down and long now for Carl Albert. And what a nice crowd. Still pouring in here. It is bumper to bumper out here.
Come on now. Some people just probably parked out there watching the game, you think?
There's quite a few on the shoulder, I noticed.
We should have given them our frequency and they could have listened tonight. 10:36. I-backs behind him. And once again, he'll fake it to Oku this time. He's wrapped up by the defensive ends. Brian Booker's going to take him completely down, but Kevin Andrews in there to start the whole mess up. And, boy, that didn't work at all, did it? The Carl Albert Titans lose a bunch right there. It'll be 4th down and a long 15 to go.
All year long, it's been the same MO for Ardmore. Get on defense early, pin your opponent deep, and get good field position for the offense. Now you see Carl Albert going to punt into a pretty stiff breeze here. The punter's going to be at his own 15-yard line. Ardmore looking to get the ball about at midfield.
MO is method operandi.
Modus operandi.
Okay.
Too early for that stuff.
It's way early in the game. Yeah.
Too early for that.
We'll have a punt here. Carl Albert's Titans will have it on the 12-yard line. These young guys, they know all the big words. Here's a kick high in the air, and it's going to come down at the 40-yard line right there. Robbie Gordon, King Gordon has it at the 40. Oh, man, what a hit. Gordon reverses his field. Oh, he gets a huge block. Robbie Gordon, who's at the 50. He's at the 30.
Two massive blocks on that run back.
We're losing Mike Laird here.
Justin Fields, and I believe it was it Marquise Booker? Watch the
Gordon reverses field. Oh, he gets a huge block. Gordon reverses field. Oh, he gets a huge block.
It was D-Cleat. They removed 2 people from the field and had him in the air for at least a second. Just 2 bone-crushing blocks on punt return. You've got to love to see that. The crowd's all up. Now Ardmore's in business. 1st and 10 at the 29 of Carl Albert.
You know
excited.
What's impressive is when you change directions like that and no flags on the field, everybody got their head in proper order there, made sure they had it in front of the man that they're blocking.
Dante Miller comes wide to the left here. Jimenez sets him down I-back position, and he will roll out that way. He's just going to take it on his own across the 25-yard line. He'll scoot down right there. Going to be brought down by the big kid there from the defensive end, Emilio Richardson, going to be the tackler, but not before a big gain, about 6 yards on the carry right there. And that'll be second down at a long 4, let's call it.
I'm not sure if that was designed or not. It almost looked like he missed a handoff somewhere, but that's what Lionel does for you. If it wasn't designed, he makes great decisions, decided to just duck it up, run up into the gap that it was designed for, and picks up pretty good yardage on 1st down.
I know that Brandon's going to bear me out on this later, but he has a whole bunch of touchdown passes this year and a whole bunch of yardage through the air. And Jimenez is certainly one of the best quarterbacks in 5A, if not the best quarterback, because we've seen the guy they call the best quarterback. And let me tell you, this little guy right here can play this game.
Yeah, anytime you throw for 31 touchdowns, only 7 interceptions, and a lot of the time he's only playing 2/3 of the game. He's in shoulder pads or off most of the second half, most of the time. So he's putting up numbers that dwarf anybody else in 5A football, and it's a real shame he's not getting all the publicity that he should, but he's being overshadowed by people on his own team.
Guys,
this kid is as good a quarterback as you'll see at Ardmore.
That was a big first down. Keith Todd with a carry up the middle from his fullback position. First down, Tigers inside the 20 now.
Keith Todd, we promised we'd say happy 16th birthday to him tonight. So Keith Todd getting a carry early on. Happy birthday, Keith. The happy birthday play. And whoop, this is going to be Jimmy Colbert, the pitch there. He's going to be racked up pretty quick right there. The racker is Caleb King, the middle linebacker, and Caleb will make a lot of tackles tonight pretty fast there from the MLB position.
Well, also one of the defensive backs, David Vaughn, was in there in a hurry. He's a cornerback, lined up there and had good recognition. Inside, got a hold of him.
Got there before Dante Miller could get to him with the block on the outside.
Vaughn, David Vaughn. 1st and 10 if they'll spot it right. Or no, it'll be 2nd and 11 if they spot it like they have it right now.
It's going to be second and a few more than that.
Yeah. Ooh, way back to the 31-yard line is where they'll spot the football. So that's going to bring up still, it's going to leave it at first down, but it's going to be a lot of yardage right here, about 21 yards.
David is down there. I don't know if his mic is working.
Yeah, we did have a block in the back just right at the point of contact there on the wideout, so it did back him up 10.
All right, David, thanks. The Storton Sudbury sideline report there. We're going to have to leave you down because of the just the sheer noise down there on the field is pretty loud. Jimenez down the left-hand side. He has Gresham down there, and it's going to be a pretty nice pass, but the guy doing the bad stuff is, again, David Vaughn, the cornerback there. One of the better athletes from Carl Albert tonight, running stride for stride and staying right there and defending against Gresham.
That's about as good a defense as we've seen on Jermaine so far this year. The ball may have been a little underthrown. You like to see it where only Jermaine can catch it, and that time both guys had a chance to go after that ball.
Vaughn just made a nice play. They waited on Jermaine to go for the football, then he jumped in there and disrupted the pass.
Gresham wide to the right this time. Dante Miller wide to the left. Jimenez sets him down with one back in the backfield. That's Colbert. Takes the snap, counters to Jim. No, doesn't hand it off to Jimmy. He's got it on his own, looking down the field again. He'll be backed up around the 1-yard line is where they'll sack him up there. So about another 10-yard loss, and we're looking at 2nd down and 30.
And that looked like Carl Albert knew what play was called. That is great recognition on their part. Obviously, they have watched some game film this week, and they were all over that play.
Wow, 2nd down and about 33 to go.
Hey, it's going to be 3rd.
Oh, yeah, 3rd down. See, I'm missing a play already.
Yeah, they blitzed right into the face of our play action fake there, and Jimenez had nowhere to go. He looked up and had 2 guys right in his face.
They'll send 2 wide to the right this time. Miller and Gresham out there. Also a slot there is Booker. Jimenez from the gun. He's looking to pass all the way. This time he'll throw it down the right-hand side, running under. It's Dante Miller. No, it's dropped.
Oh, goodness.
Man, I thought he had it right there. Nice job. He lays out in the end zone right there, but the ball comes flying loose. And again, the Ardmore Tigers are going to face a 4th down and about 30-something to go, 33 to go.
That is just a misconnection. That ball was perfectly thrown. Dante had a shot at it in the end zone and just went through his hands.
You've got to catch that ball. If it hits the skin, bring it in.
I can't think of you saying that one time this year for Dante Miller, though. I mean, think about it.
Yeah, he's
not much.
He catches
law of
everything.
averages catch up, but my goodness, that would have been a dagger to give up a touchdown on 3rd and 35.
Stephen Lee on the punt right here. And the Carl Albert Titans will have no one deep. A little pooch punt, going to go over to the right side and take a big Ardmore bounce inside the 20 there. And the Tigers going to down it at the 18-yard line. That's Marquise Booker to do that. So.
Well, credit Carl Albert. Good defensive stand there as they were on the ropes, and they had with the aid of a penalty and a lost yardage play there as they sacked Jimenez. They are able to turn the Tigers around. Going to get the ball, go the other direction with it.
1st and 10 now for the Titans as they break the huddle. I-backs are straight behind Chris Ellis. And they've got almost a double tight little flex guy over here, a double tight with a flex on the right side. Short flex on the left side. Here's the handoff to the back, deep back, and That's going to go nowhere. That's the freshman David Oku, and he gets tackled up pretty quickly. The Tigers in there quickly and doing a good job right there from the down line position. We don't get to talk about these guys near enough. Andy Mendoza, big fella, and running the field pretty well there, and had some help with Marquise Booker as well.
You know, it's really difficult to have any kind of fake against the Tiger defense. They faked to the fullback, gave to the tailback. By that time, Tiger defense is all over the play.
Again, Ellis will bring him to the line of scrimmage with I-backs behind him. They don't spread the field much, these Carl Albert Titans. They just run at you. This time they'll pitch it to the freshman again. And David Oku is not liking the way this is turning out right here. He's dropped for about a yard loss again.
Kevin Andrews that time in on the play.
Well, it is obvious that Carl Albert is going to have to throw the football. They're not going to be able to run and make a living at it against the Tigers now. And to have to throw 3rd and long in a passing situation is going to be a tough chore.
Kevin's got this thing that you can recognize his tackle now because he slings the guy. You notice that?
He always slings them the right way.
I know. He always slings them backwards.
Had a little trouble with the first year slinging the guy forward, but
big
ever
sling,
since then, it's been backwards.
But got his own signature tackle, kind of like Roy Williams now. 3rd down and a long 9 to go. And this time Ellis will look to pass. He can't do it. He's got some traffic back there. Throws it up in the air, and it's going to be intercepted. I believe Marquise Booker has the ball, and he'll have it right there. We do have a flag on the play.
I think Kevin Andrews got held, but he still got in the face of the quarterback and really caused that interception.
That was such a hold that I could see it. It was almost a hug. I mean, it's pretty evident, and so they'll decline this certainly. And the Ardmore Tigers have the football at the 20. What? They'll give it to them at the 27.
In 1999, when Carl Albert came here, they had Johnny Bazell, Santee Williams, and Landon Cordray. Cordray's the quarterback. The other two were their fullback and tailback. They did not attempt a single pass. All run plays all night long. Carl Albert's tried to pass twice tonight. They've been sacked for a 10-yard loss once, and that time an interception, and Ardmore's back to the 27.
But I noticed there's no Johnny Bazell back there.
There's no Bazell. There's no Bazell. There's no J.D. Runnels, who we saw a couple years later here.
I don't think
J.D. hurt us more on defense. I thought he hurt us more on defense than he did on offense.
I don't think Johnny Bazell would have the success with Marquise Booker in there at linebacker.
Right. He could tackle him. He could rip it. Jimenez going to hand it off to Jimmy Colbert. We got flags going to stop the play right here. Motion somewhere down there, David Polk.
Yeah, it's going to be on the other side of the field. The official was quick on it, so they're going to back it up 5 here, and it'll be 1st and 15.
And I appreciate David wearing the blue pullover. I can spot him on the sideline tonight among all the red jerseys down there. We'll be able to see him.
We're going to do something about his antenna. Here.
It might have something to do with all the TV trucks here.
That's what I'm
out
saying.
Signals as well.
Your ears are okay, David, right?
Yeah, everything's good.
Okay. We're just picking up a little TV sound there or something.
Well, I tried to move away from them as best I could, but there's a lot of them to the north end of the field right now.
And then to the south end as well, so that's a good night for TV. 5:05 remaining in the first quarter. No score in this one. The Tigers 1st and 15 now. Jimenez from the gun, takes it, spins, and then he'll throw it out to the left here. Gresham at the 25, going to be wrapped up. He'll fall forward, and they'll spot it at the 24-yard line. The tackler on the play is David Vaughn.
David Vaughn's had a great first quarter. That was really a nice tackle in the open field. That's what you got to do is you've almost got to give up the catch and make the first guy there's got to make the tackle, and David Vaughn was able to get him tackled.
Going to bring up a 2nd down and 7 after about a 9-yard gain. The Tigers have it inside the 25. The tip of the ball right at the 24-yard line. Let's call it that. And Jimenez will bring him to the line of scrimmage. Left side, there's a triple fun bunch there for the Tigers. Lone back is Jimmy Colbert. Here's the fake handoff to Jimmy, and Jimenez going to take it on his own at the 20. Jukes a guy right there. Gets inside the 20 to the 16-yard line. Steps out of bounds. Where do they mark it? It'll depend on, no, he's got a 1st down at the 16 right there. The Tigers, Jimenez going to get the 1st at the 16-yard line, just inside it.
Well, and David Vaughn, again, coming up from cornerback. Looks like he's going to make the tackle short of the 1st. Lionel just lowered his shoulder. Turned into a tailback there, just lowered his shoulder. Made sure he picked up the 1st down.
And faked me out in the process. I thought Colbert had it, and he had all sorts of room.
So the Tigers have it 1st and 10. The ball right at the 16-yard line. 4:15 remaining in the first quarter. Jimenez will set him now. Eye back straight behind him this time. Keith Todd and back deep there. Nice job by DeJuan Miles as he cuts and rumbles and stumbles across the 10-yard line. Going to get to the 9 there, about a 6-yard pickup for him. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 4 just inside the 10.
And our first credit of the evening to the offensive line. Boy, they really got a surge going. That defensive front went backwards on that one, and DeJuan Miles made him pay, stepped inside, picked up extra yardage inside. And Mike is officially seated now. Like the rest of the crowd.
We said we're going to be just like everybody else, or just like we did last week, right?
That's right.
I forgot. IMAX straight behind him. Jimenez sets him down. He'll hand it off deep again to DeJuan. DeJuan Miles fights his way across the 5-yard line. He'll get the first plus some. He's going to find inside the 3 right there. Great job, DeJuan Miles, just keeping the pile going with some help from his good friends up front there. DeJuan Miles gets it 1st and goal at the 2.
DeJuan only had 10 carries all year, but tonight he's come in and he's been the crucial, the big back. And this time you saw the contact was made about 3 yards after the line of scrimmage, and he dragged the remaining 3. And now Ardmore set up 1st and goal right between the 3 and 2 yard line.
6 foot, 210-pound senior, and been playing great at linebacker this year. But he and Keith Todd make a pretty good weapon right there. Ibex stacked up just like they are now. Here's the handoff left side. Touchdown Tigers. That's DeJuan Miles on the score for Ardmore to make it 6-0. 3:14 remaining here in the first quarter. The Tigers draw first blood.
Really a nice drive there by the Tigers. Pretty much on the ground. Had the one short throw, I think, to Jermaine, but everything else between the tackles, and that was impressive.
Well, they will line it up. Kelby Price to try for the PAT here as Dante Miller is the holder. And this is Dante's 2nd game as the holder. And this time, good snap. Nice job setting it down. It is up, and it is good. The Ardmore Tigers, the 3:14 mark of the first quarter, lead at 7-0 over the Carl Albert Titans. We are back to Noble Stadium for more of the first-round playoff game. You're listening to Tiger Football on the big station, 97.7. Lines it up at the 40. You'll kick it right to left here. The Secondhand Sports kick after the touchdown, and it's going to be a short little pooch kick to the 30-yard line. They'll take it there and return it to the 26-yard line from the 20-yard line, and that's going to be about a 6-yard return. Hello, Bob. The Easy Shop scoring drive could be in our future.
There you go. 5-play, 27-yard drive for the Tigers. Took a minute 54 seconds, capped off by a 3-yard touchdown run by DeJuan Miles. Sands 8 yards on a pass aggression. All of it was covered on the ground. Just boom, boom, boom. Tigers lead 7-0 with 3:10 left in the first.
Hey, can you do that, Billy, from now on when I really mess up bad like that? Can you just say, you're absolutely right, Bab?
When you mess up?
When I mess up, yeah.
Spot on there, Bob.
Spot on, Bob. You did good, Bob. 1st and 10 right here. Carl Albert sends them in motion. Ellis sets them down. And, well, not much room right there at first, but then the hole opens up. Slow developing play there for the Titans. And they're going to pick up about 5, maybe 6 yards on this carry as they get up. Well, they're spotted at the 35, so a good carry of about 6 yards right there. It'll be 2nd down and a long 3, not quite 4, as they give him across the 35.
When you play a running team, it is okay to stretch them out, but what you have to watch for, you can't allow them to cut back lanes. And that time, Ardmore was stringing the play out nicely, but they allowed him to cut back, and he got 7 yards where he should have only had 2 or 3.
You've also got a bigger quarterback out there on the field right now, guys.
2nd down 9.
Fumble.
Ball comes loose right there. I thought Tigers had it at first, but I'm not sure how it wound up. It wound up with a Carl Albert Titan there.
Well, it was right by Marquise Booker, but he couldn't see it. It was over him, it was the backside of him, and he was the closest player to it, but didn't see it.
Is that Joe Stoner now playing quarterback?
Well, that was a direct snap, so I don't know if he's actually lined up at quarterback, but Stoner was quarterback on the previous play.
Corbin Schultz was the fellow that got the football back for him. And I believe you're right, Billy. I believe this guy's playing quarterback now. He's just playing it from the gun, right?
Yep.
So he will take the snaps from the shotgun, looks to pass, and then he'll go back to his left. And Joe Stoner runs that way. And there's flags. That was a huge flag. I don't know.
That'll be of the 15-yard variety face mask.
That was a face mask. Yes, it was. It was a yardage stopping face mask is what it was.
The Stoner youngster is the guy that was the quarterback last year. I was trying to get that in there somewhere, but anyway, he was the quarterback. He's also a highly talented linebacker, and not unusual to see him in the ball game.
Well, it has given them a spark, that's for sure. He had a good carry a couple of plays ago, and that was just all individual effort. The original design play was not there. He broke it outside and almost got to the corner there, except for a face mask.
With the penalty, it may as well have been a huge gain because they get to the 40-yard line here. It'll be first down and 10 in Tiger territory now for Stoner and the Carl Albert Titans. From the gun once again, Stoner just going to take it, and he's going to run it left side, and might select somebody to key Mr. Stoner because that's been the motive of his entrance into the ball game so far.
Well, there were no fakes on that one. He's just taking the ball, running it up the hole. And the Tigers in the middle have missed some tackles, which is not characteristic of them this year. And Stoner has, again, just given them a spark. Just a little new feeling out there, a little momentum on their side now.
Plus, when you got a linebacker coming in as your quarterback, it's one of those deals that you might ought to block next time. He probably punishes them a little bit in practice, keeps their heads from spinning. First and 10 here. Again, two set to the right side of Stoner. He's going to run that way. This time they stop it right there. Kevin Andrews has him, but he slips around him, and he'll be tackled for about a 2-yard gain right there. But boy certainly had a chance to end him up way deep right there in that particular play, but he's slippery.
You got to wonder why this kid wasn't starting. Andrews normally when he comes in around the side like that, he closes the deal, and that time he was juked completely, almost fell down.
Well, obviously they're not running the design play. He's just creating out there. A la Vince Young or somebody has the ability to make a bad play into a good one.
Mike cringes when they say
you could have said anybody.
I'm sorry.
All-American, Heisman Trophy winner probably.
Michael Vick, how about that? Not Vince Young.
Marcus Vick,
Marcus was humbled a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that's true. Stoner this time, a little more humble for him that time, but he's still, Billy, you're exactly right, because he's in the ball game to do this. He's taking it, and the reason he's taking it from the shotgun position is so he can look up and see where the linebacker is each time. He will not go directly where those guys are lined up to the right or left, but he'll go wherever the linebackers go with it, and that's what he's done the last few plays.
Well, in the first couple of series, Ellis was not able to move him, and so credit Coach Rose going to something different, and it kind of has the Tigers on their heels a little bit.
But now they got to bear down because they have Carl Albert a 3rd and 7 at the 24-yard line. This is a crucial play starting out pretty early.
You bet, time to make some tackles here. Stoner again from the gun. One back beside him and one back in front of him. And this time he'll take it to the right side. Well, no, it's not him. They're going to snap it to the left side to the freshman. And he's only going to pick up, he gets across the 20-yard line down to the 18-yard line. But he needed to get to the 16, 17-yard line. So he's still about a yard shy of what would be a first down.
Robbie Gordon with the tackle. Good open field tackle. And Carl Albert's going to call a time. No, it's the end of the quarter already.
Man, we just started 7-0, and the Ardmore Tigers lead it at the end of 1 quarter of play. The first round of the state tournament, if you will, going on at Noble Stadium tonight. We're back after this. You're listening to Tiger Football on the big station, 97.7. for it. 4th and 1. And across the left side here, Stoner going to pick it up as he gets into the 15-yard line. They'll spot it to the 14, so plenty of room right there as he picks up 3 and only needed 1.
Well, Mike, even on 4th down, they snap it to him deep in order to let him pick and choose where he's going to go with the ball, and he's able to find enough of a seam, enough push on the left side to pick up the 1st down.
So that Dwan in there on the tackle, Ellis Knight on the tackle. 1st and 10 now. Carl Albert has the ball at the 14-yard line in Tiger territory. And certainly threatening with 11:41 to go in the first half, just underway, 2nd quarter. Tigers lead at 7-0 as Stoner again sets it down with 2 backs in front of him, this time from the gun. That's a set you don't see very often, boys, right there. Left side Stoner is just going to take it and run, and he'll get stopped after about, what, a yard, 2-yard gain, gets up to the spot 11.
This is what makes it good,
line.
Mike.
You bet.
He just keeps fighting. That time he fell forward, used all of his 6 feet in height, and led forward for another 2 yards. Instead of a 1-yard gain where contact was made, it's 2nd and 7, 3-yard gain.
And even though they don't have that 270-pound average front line like normal, they do have a 245-pound tackle over there with a 221-pound guard, a 194-pound guard on the other side. So they still got some pretty good size up front and able to move the defensive line a little bit for him there, too. 2nd down now and 7 to go after a 3-yard gain. Again, they line up with 2 backs in front of him from the gun. Stoner looks to the right back. Now he's going to throw it into the left side of the field there. Nothing doing over there, and on the coverage is going to be Andron Thompson for the Tigers. Incomplete pass will bring up 3rd down now and 7 to go.
Well, that play was there. Stoner just too tall with the throw, but the receiver was open, and then it would be up to the defensive back to make the tackle there, but he just overthrew him.
So they'll spot it right at the 11-yard line, let's call it. So it's still 3rd down and 7, incomplete pass. Why do I have to spot it for you again? Did you write it down at home? That's the question.
And a pretty good play call for Coach Rose there, because they've done everything on the ground since Stoner came in the game. That time, a little bit of deception. The first deception we've seen with him at quarterback.
10th play of the drive.
Another quarterback this time, though, guys. Ellis is back there.
3rd down, Ellis is back. He's looking to pass down the right-hand side right there, and going to throw it well into the corner out of the reach of his intended receiver on the play. The intended receiver there was Skaloop Berry. So that'll bring up 4th down and a long 7 to go with the football just outside the 10-yard line. Looks like they have a guy with a T in his hand anyway out there. So we'll see what he's going to do here.
T's in his name, too.
He was kicking well in warm-ups into the wind.
Okay, you got to pronounce his name for us now. Tyler Turbyfield.
Turbyfield.
Here's the kick. It's up, and it is looking good. It is good. The officials say it is. So 10:36 mark. The Carl Albert Titans go down and make it a 7-3 ball game. The Ardmore Tigers 7, the Titans 3, and we are back here for more Tiger football. You're listening to the big station where the Tigers play at 97.7. Here with the kick after the field goal, 7-3 at 10:36 mark, and some scores from David Seeley and the Daily Ardmore. Blanchard over Dixon right now in the first quarter, 14-0. Plainview's beating Millwood 6-0. Davis over Luther 14-0, and Sulphur's leading Purcell 6-0. All first quarter scores. Thanks so much to them as they kick it deep and out of the end zone. The Tigers will bring it back to the 20 to start their drive here with 10:36 on the clock. 1st and 10 at the 20 for Ardmore.
Plainview up on Millwood. That's good. I saw some Plainview boosters today, and they were kind of like, well, we've got to go play Millwood. And I reminded them of the Tigers in Tulsa, Washington a few years ago when Ardmore was a 4 and they were a 1, and sometimes you catch them on their heels a little bit, sneak up on them, and it looks like Plainview went to play.
1st and 10. You betcha. Jimenez sets him down. Colbert beside him. He fakes it to Colbert, pulls it out, and goes left. He's going to be tackled right there. Tough play for the Tigers right there. Defensively, Carl Albert quick to it. And that's, again, the linebacker, Stoner this time. LB, not QB, but Stoner nonetheless. Second down 11.
Glenn Reeder also out there. I think, actually, no, that's Pierre Alexander out there. Pretty good-sized kid.
Got me a brand new free daily Ardmore David Seeley pen there because he let me borrow it. I didn't.
Oh, he'll be back for it.
He'll be back.
He's got to get a bill.
That's right.
He'll tack it onto your
Tack
newspaper.
it onto my newspaper. To put an extra quarter in the envelope. The second down at 11 play coming here. Jimenez sets him down. 2 wide to the left right there, and 1 wide to the right is Dante Miller. Throwing it down the left-hand side. Jermaine Gresham stretches out for just out of his reach at the 50. Brother.
He had a couple of steps. The ball a little bit underthrown, and Jermaine tried to lay out for it. You know, the Tigers need a big play here. They have the lead right now, but Carl Albert kind of has some momentum now after the drive and the field goal and a good defensive stand. 3rd and long now for the Tigers.
And you're going to have to punt into a pretty stiff south breeze if you don't convert this first down and give Carl Albert real good field position. And they've shown they can drive the ball after that 11-play drive to get the field goal.
Robbie Gordon out in the slot right there. King Gordon and Dante Miller wide to the right. 3rd down and 11. Jimenez from the gun takes the snap, throws it down the field. It is caught at the 30. That's enough for a first down as he gets down to the 31-yard line. Dante Miller picks it up. It'll be a first down. Yeah, they just need to get to the 30.
Well, credit Dante knowing where the stripe was, because I think he was a little bit short, and that was a pretty tough pass for him to lay out to catch, but he made sure he got a little extra hop after he made the catch to pick up the first down. And we just said they needed one, Brandon. They got a good play on 3rd down.
Credit Jimenez there. He had pressure coming from his blind side, and he was able to get rid of the ball quickly and complete it to Miller for a very crucial first down.
Dante going to go wide to the left this time. Jermaine in the flex position just to the left of the line and back some. Fake it on the play fake, and they'll throw it down the field to Dante Miller, and Dante Miller,
got bumped a little while the ball was in the air. I think the defensive back stumbled a bit.
I thought when he fell, it looked like he kind of caught hold of him. Anyway, incomplete pass. Second down to 10.
Chalk that one up to incidental contact, I suppose.
Incidental fall down, grab hold of your britches.
Well, that too.
9-14. I got told on the telephone today by somebody from out of our country. Actually, they just live in New York, but that I have a hick accent. I said, good, because that's where I live. I live
Were they
in
from the
Hicks.
Bronx?
They were from the Bronx. Sure they did. Second down and 10 now. Jimenez, counter back. Ooh, Colbert going to be tackled right there. No counter to it. Stoner, the first one there. Stoner, he's a difference maker, isn't he, fellas?
He is. He's doing it on defense now, and he is a pumped-up guy right now. I'm telling you, he's flying around after the tackle.
And he had some help that time. Big Emilio Richardson, 6'3", 197-pound defensive end was in there, too. Not much blocking by the Ardmore front line that time. There were 3 Carl Albert Titans in there to make that play.
So another 3rd and long situation.
Yep. Chopper 9's seen enough.
I was going to say, I hope we don't pass on this play because they're about to create some wind. Jimenez from the gun. Oh, a big fun bunch to the right side. There's 4 guys out there. Can't keep Tom down the right-hand side. Deads across the middle. Checking Jermaine Gresham at the 40-yard line. First down Tigers as he pulls it down at the 37.
You think Coach Lloyd wants to throw the ball deep tonight, guys?
Now here, great catch by Gresham. Take nothing away from him. But Lionel Jimenez is what, guys? 5'8", 5'9". He had 3 big Titans coming right through, and he made the throw right in the face of that blitz. Right over the top, right in stride to Gresham. An absolutely great throw at a big time.
And an ankle tackle away from an even bigger play for Gresham there. And he really did a nice job to go up and wait on that ball. Seemed like he hung in the air forever till the ball got to him.
Billy and I have perfected this over the years in basketball. You know, 5'9", but he plays 6'4".
Yeah.
Lionel Jimenez, I'd vote for him. The first football player I think we've ever thought that about. So anyway, 1st and 10. Jimenez is going to hand it off to first man, and that is the birthday boy as he is going to rumble and stumble for about 6-7 yards. Keith Todd doing a good job right there. He's 16. He can drive, and he can plow into the line, too.
His harem was steadfast on us having us tell you that.
You know, that's the most impressive thing. A couple of cute little girls coming up here telling us it's his birthday.
And Mary Beth. You're welcome,
his
girls.
harem.
I would say Keith's having a good year.
I'd say that, too. Dante Miller wide to the left-hand side this time. They'll have offset backs behind Jimenez. Jimenez sets him down.
Ooh, little option.
Pitches it left side. Colbert, got the defensive end to contend with right there, and boy, the defensive end wins that battle as he just breaks down, makes the tackle right at the line of scrimmage, 3rd down, and about 5 to go.
Good individual effort out there on the tackle because Jimmy's been able to break those to cut back and get additional yardage. And that time the Titan out wide, and I didn't pick up his number, but really made a nice play corralling him before he got a chance to make that cutback.
His number would be 33.
Yeah, and also in there on that play was your buddy David Vaughn.
And his name's Caleb King. He plays the middle linebacker position, and he plays it pretty well. There goes Chomping out. Can you hear it?
Watch out for those power lines, bud.
Bye-bye. They've got their video. 7-3, the Tigers with the lead. 6:37 to go. Back to throw. Jimenez across the middle, catches Jermaine high in the air. Nobody else could catch it. Touchdown, Tigers.
Unbelievable play.
And a strong rush from his left side, and Lionel had to see it out of the corner of his eye. Stood in there like a man and delivered the ball right down the middle. Jermaine with a nice catch.
You'll see Jimenez smile when you ask him about that play sometime, because that ball was going to Robbie Gordon, but a 6'6" Condor came sweeping in, picked it off, and then took it in for 6.
Okay, so Jermaine has a touchdown and a rebound.
So Channel 9 left too soon, didn't they, guys? They missed a good play there.
Maybe they got it in flight.
I doubt it.
Kelby going to try the PAT here. Again, Dante to hold, and the kick is up, and it looks good.
It is.
Oh, it is not good. Wide. It must have been wide to the right, huh?
But see, the radio guys, we stay for the whole game. We don't just come out here, call a couple plays, and leave. We stay
We're here for the duration.
Hey, that's what I was telling Channel 12 and Channel 10 in the little buffet room there. Thanks to El Chico, by the way, and Papa's Pizzeria for feeding the press box. But I was telling those guys, you guys work 4 minutes before the game and then work 3 minutes after the game. We have to work the whole game. 6:29 to go after the Tigers score. The PAT no good. 13-3 here, and we'll check that Easy Shop scoring drive. Can you do that?
Sure thing. 8 plays and 80 yards mixed in with a couple crucial 3rd down conversions in 4 minutes and 7 seconds. Capped off by a 32-yard touchdown pass from Lionel Jimenez to the human condor, Jermaine Gresham. Ardmore leads 13-3.
Beg your pardon, sir. The Easy Shop scoring drive, again, brought to you by the Easy Shop there in Ardmore, and 2 locations in town. 6:29 to go, 13-3. The Ardmore Tigers up, and we have the Kelby Price version of the kick now going left to right. So this may help him out a little bit. Kind of a strange wind tonight here at the stadium. Not used to the direction that it's really blowing here. And
hey guys, that was a championship caliber drive. There are a couple of 3rd and long situations. Tigers were able to take it down and answer the score by Carl Albert.
Now, Millwood scored. They lead Plainview 7-6. Lone Grove is getting beaten in Tuttle 14-0 right now for your scores. Thanks, David Seeley. Here's your pin. I said a while ago that you might charge me for that. Billy said I'd have to pay the paper in the little envelope.
This is kind of interesting down here. It looked like Kelby Price had your old chili dip sand wedge of a kick, and it went fluttering to about the 50. Ardmore's called for interference. I guess there was a fair catch called for. David's down there. I think he's got something to say.
There was no fair catch called for. We just didn't give them an opportunity to get to the ball, and I think they're saying that Kelby might have touched it I'm sorry that Ardmore may have touched it just a little bit early. So you see where the ball is. It's right there at the 50. So
in high school, we kicked from the 40, correct?
We kicked from the 40. Okay. So I think they may be getting them on it. Didn't quite go 10 yards.
Okay, I was going to say, because really there's no protection up there, is there?
No.
On the front line, there's no protection to get
well, the
it's
ball,
open season.
The ball actually was kicked in the air, and I believe by rule you've got to give a guy an opportunity to try to catch the ball.
Oh, you did?
It didn't actually hit the ground. That was just a pop up in the air. So,
well, they coach some of the players to take some of the guys out. So that's
sure.
why I asked if that was.
Well, generally a kick like that, the first spot is off the ground, and then it goes about 20-25 yards up in the air. After it hits the ground, everybody's fair game. But I'm not really sure on that one.
Well, however it turns out here, it's going to be a bad deal for the Tigers because the Tigers are going to have great field position. So, and it looks like they're going to spot it right at the 50-yard line. It'll be first and 10 there for the Carl Albert Titans. You don't want to give these guys.
No.
You don't want to give them a short field a lot. I mean, regardless
with the wind
of
at their back too.
Exactly. Is it blowing straight out of the south, or is it blowing out of the
It's
south?
kind of a south-southeast
West or east? Okay.
Well, now they moved it to the other side of the 50. At the 49 on the Carl Albert side.
Well, now they don't. Now they got to reset the chains too if they're going to move the football. They're getting that done. Okay, this is the quarterback catch. Who's the quarterback? The Stoner back in there at quarterback. This time he's going to hand it off counter to the right side. Got a flag on the play and running that the freshman doing a good job. Oku getting across the 40. He'll have the first down +4. But they're going to bring it back.
A little counter play that time. It worked pretty well. It was wide open.
A little misdirection, and I'll throw it to David because he's standing down there close to the flag.
He's talking to the coaches right now.
There was a holding down here, guys. So I'm sorry.
That's right.
I was getting. That's exactly what they didn't give the guy an opportunity to catch the ball. They called kick catching interference there, and so they gave it to the ball. They actually should have put it where it was.
Kick catching.
You know, in my younger days, they had me on the front line of the kickoff, the so-called hands team. And I'll tell you that we didn't get any option to catch or not to catch. If we didn't get it right then, it was open season steamroll.
Well, that was most definitely a hold, and that's the reason why the guy had such a wide open shot into the secondary of the field. So the linesman on this side was right on top of it and dropped the flag.
He threw it quickly, didn't he? Yeah. 6:19 to go here, 13-3, the clock ticking. Ardmore Tigers with the lead. The Carl Albert Titans now have it first and about 20 to go from the 39-yard line. They need to get to the other 39. So. And they'll break the huddle. Quarterback check one more time. It's going to be Stoner.
Timeout.
Now we'll have a timeout on the field.
Titans.
Look at the defense there, and that's what they do. They call a timeout with 5:53 to go in the first half. Tigers lead at 13-3, and we're back here where the Tigers play on the big station, 97.7. Welcome back as Stoner calls for it from the gun. He'll go right side this time, running, hopping. Nope, not much running room right there. The Ardmore Tigers doing a good job there defensively.
You can bottle him up. It's just hard to tackle Stoner. Joe Stoner can move the pile.
He's 195 pounds, and I think 80 of that's within each of his calves because he just keeps him churning and churning and makes 2 or 3 yards when he shouldn't make anything.
I mean, weighs more than that because he got about a 40-pound heart. I mean, he keeps it going pretty well. Yeah. He keeps it going pretty well to Stoner. Still in there, still from the gun is Stoner. 2 out to the left, wide for him there. And he will give it off to the running back beside him. And the Tigers
didn't matter. They had both options shut off on that one, Mike. Neither option was going to be good there.
Little stunt there. Andron Thompson inside quickly. All the tackle with the remainder of the guys in Cardinal. So Brian Booker, of course.
Good push by the whole defensive line right there to push the offensive line back, and he ran into just a stone wall. And Andron Thompson there was cleaning up the mess. 3rd and Springer.
Long way to go right here, 20 yards from the, again, about the 39-yard line. So this is about where we started first down.
The throwing quarterback is in.
Oh, that's right, Ellis back in there. It's going to be hard to keep up with. Quarterback check. Down the field, Andron Thompson right there at the 30. He'll take it.
I guess they just bring him in for interceptions.
There you go. Andron doing a good job right there. He turns around, makes the move on the football, has it at the 29-yard line. Andron Thompson's interception will give the Tigers the football at the 29.
They're really protecting Joe Stoner's QB rating by letting Ellis throw the Oskies. That's right. But that works just like a punt, basically.
Yeah, but it was one down too early.
That's true.
And they need all the ones they can get, you know. 4:27, 13-3, the Tigers with the lead. Now the football at the 29, first down there.
It'd be really nice to do some ball control and keep it the rest of this half because Ardmore gets it to start the second half as well.
Dante Miller wide to the left in the slot. There's Jermaine Gresham. Ibacks behind Jimenez. He'll set him down there. Going to hand it to the deep back this time. That's going to be Stubblefield. Stubblefield bounces outside. He's going to pick up about 4 yards, and we do have flags on the play.
Probably a holding call.
Oh, man, if they're calling that on Keith Todd, that was a pancake block, not a hold.
Ran right over the top of the of the guy and stayed right there.
He held him after he landed on him, I think is what the
Oh, he
call
laid
is.
on him. That's
The
not
guy
holding,
goes
just
to
laying on him.
He goes to take out Keith Todd's shins. Keith says, okay, and just lays on him, and that's the hold.
That's resting.
But not much you can do about
David
it.
Polk's not even going to get involved in this.
The last scoring drive, Tigers overcame a couple of 3rd and long situations.
You're exactly right in your statements that Keith Todd has been involved in some pancakes in the other direction, where they've just kind of wrapped Keith up as if he were a running back instead of a blocker at the time. And this time, I think Keith just might have wrapped him up a little bit.
Retaliated.
Well, he's
Something
16
like
today,
that.
and he's learning.
Exactly.
Exactly. First down and 20. Ball right at the 21-yard line. Gresham wide to the left there. Miller sensing the slot that way. Offset in the backfield behind Jimenez under the center. Takes the snap right back to pass. Got Gresham down the sideline there. Oh, at the 50-yard line. Had to wait on it. Had the basket there, but couldn't collect the egg. It is incomplete.
Little something off about that play. Normally, you don't have 2 receivers running side by side, and that time Dante was right there with Jermaine. Something happened. Drop.
Jermaine had to wait on the ball, and David Vaughn got there about the same time the ball did, and must have reached in, got a hand or a fingertip in there to disrupt the timing. And
Guys, if you'll notice, there has not been a single play so far with our wide receivers that they haven't been behind their defensive backs. We're going to connect on several of those tonight, but I think that Dante and Jermaine may have been deciding who wanted to catch that ball.
Yep.
They were so close.
And the passes aren't quite hitting Jermaine in stride, probably because of this wind a little bit. Lionel's going to have to put a little bit extra behind it to hit him in stride.
Offset backs behind him again down the far sideline is Dante Miller. They'll hand it to Stubblefield. Jermaine going to do a good job cutting back and inside and forth and gets about 7 yards on the carry. Still well shy of the first down marker. Is well, he's about a yard shy of the. Where are they going to spot this thing?
I think your peg man over there is a little off.
I was going to say that. Well, the official over there spotted it at the 31, and it's at the 29. So that guy was just following the official. So 29 yard. It just happens to be the place I always look. The 29-yard line is where they'll spot it. So right at the original line of scrimmage, 3rd down 10.
You think here in a little while they try and start finding Brian Booker too.
yeah, I think that's got to happen eventually.
He's out there wide to the left side here in the slot position. And before anything happens, we get flags everywhere and whistles.
Just depends on which way they call it here. Both sides neither one feels like they're at fault.
Motion is going to go against the
Wow.
Tigers. And now some of the fans don't like that too much.
Well, I'm not sure I really saw that one, but
Pierre Alexander obviously came across, made contact, and officials felt like he was drawn by the Tigers.
As Carl Albert celebrates, they have to be a little concerned because 3rd and long hasn't treated them too kindly tonight. Let's see if Ardmore can convert another long one.
3rd down and 11. No, 3rd down and 14 to go. Dante Miller wide to the left. Jimenez calls for it. From the gun, he looks back to the left-hand side. A little slip pass to Brian Booker, and Booker across the 35 up to the 38-yard line. So he gets him ever closer, but it is going to be short, about 2 yards shy of the first down marker.
Good play call, though.
4th down and a couple.
First time we've seen that tonight. They have run that play all year long. Roll to the right, dump it back to the left to Booker right in the middle of the field, and he took it down. Got it within a yard or so of the first down.
Looks like they're going to try and go for it.
Wow.
Think this will be the old draw them off play, or are they going to actually try it?
Yeah.
You think the defensive line is going, guys, don't jump. They're going
It's
to try
going to be a long
jump.
snap count.
Whoever says don't jump will be the jumper. They call that the Mike Laird rule.
That's right. I guarantee you that. 2:07.
he's going to run it down and call timeout.
And the clock ticking down to 3 seconds now. So that is a timeout, Ardmore Tigers. Thank you, David Polk. 4th down and 1 with the timeout. 13 and 3 for the Titans. The Tigers lead at 1:58 to go in the first half. We're back after this. You're listening to Tiger Football Station 97.7, the big station.
Ardmore
half, 2 yards to go. Let's call it a yard and a half. Short back behind him, and Jimenez sets him down. Trying to draw him off. They call timeout again. Out. We'll go back to the station as we will take 1-2. It is 13-3. The Ardmore Tigers lead the Carl Albert Titans. You're listening to the first round of the 5A playoffs on the big station, 97.7. Ardmore Tigers going to go for it. Ardmore Tigers going to go for it left side. Jermaine Stubblefield is going to get the first down across the 40-yard line, and he'll get up to the 41. That's all he needed. First down Tigers.
Credit David Polk because he told us that was liable to happen. He had a feeling, had a vibe from the sideline.
Jermaine went back in the archives for the Billy Sims, Barry Sanders flop, got the ball, got to the line of scrimmage, and jumped the remaining 2 yards to get the first down.
Nice job.
Clock runs, 1:41 left here in the half.
Really did.
He really
First
did.
and 10 at the 41-yard line. I-backs behind Jimenez again, and he'll take the snap. Back to throw. Got it across to Jermaine at the 45-yard line. Jermaine to the 47. Ooh, going to have to fight for it there. 3 tacklers. And he gets, they'll spot the ball at the 46-yard line. So give him about 4 or 5 yards on the carry, and second down and a long 5 to go.
I think you're going to see something to Robbie Gordon because they are paying no attention to him whatsoever. If Lionel even looks at Gresham, everybody's over in that area.
I-backs behind him, and he'll set him down. Gresham wide to the right here. King Gordon wide out to the left. Again, hits Gresham at the 50-yard line. Just a little 5-6 yard pickup. All he needed, first and 10 for the Tigers at the 47 and the other end of the field, now in Carl Albert territory.
Gresham's got to be a little bit smarter and realize the situation right here. That's 2 straight passes to him, but he's got to get out of bounds and save his team time. We're down to 49 seconds left in the half as they reset the chains.
And enough for another Ardmore Tiger first down.
Phil Summers.
13-3.
Is he like horse on Saturdays? Have you ever talked to him on a Saturday? I bet he is.
First and 10. Tigers at the 48-yard line. Here's the snap to Jimenez. Jimenez back to throw now. Throws it across the middle right. There's Booker at the 35. Catches it. First down Tigers at the 34-yard line. Nice job there. Brian Booker just going up and getting it.
Well, that time they used Gresham as a decoy. As Lionel looked at him first, then looked back to the middle for Booker. Threw it a little bit tall. Would have been an even bigger play. But, again, like Brandon said, he's throwing the ball into a pretty stiff breeze, and I think it's floating that ball on him a little bit.
Yet another Ardmore Tiger.
Here we go.
First down.
Phil Summers loved in Ardmore and hated throughout
Everywhere
the rest
else.
of the 5A.
Exactly. 33 seconds at a timeout on the field. We'll take a 30. We're back after this. The Tigers are up 13-3 just before half on the big station, 97.7. He's up. (13-3) with 33 seconds left on the clock here. The Tigers have the football, first and 10 at the 33 in Carl Albert territory. Jimenez going to set him down with trips wide to the left here. He'll be from the calling for it from the gun at about the 38-yard line. There he is. He takes the snap, looks straight down the field, throwing it down the field, caught down at the 5-yard line. The Ardmore Tigers, he's going to be down by contact right there. I don't guess that matters. That's just in the NFL, but he's down by the surface of the field. And and Billy Wallace called the play. Robbie Gordon with the look in over there.
Well, nice,
Skinny post.
really nice touch on the pass too for Lionel, because he had to squeeze it in there pretty good.
Tigers have it 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. And snap it to Jimenez from the gun. He'll roll out to his right, looking for somebody in the end zone.
Threw it away.
Throws it up and throws it away with 12 seconds left on the clock here.
Great
Second down
decision
goal.
maker, this
Smart
guy.
play.
I'm telling you. If I had a Heisman vote, Jimenez would win the Heisman this year.
Vince,
but
who?
They don't let me vote. So, and he's not in college. That might be a.
They do have a
Technicality.
Wendy's High School Heisman now.
Well, let's find somebody just to write him in for the real Heisman.
Does Clay Horning have a vote?
It wouldn't be. That's what I was going to say. I can think of some guys in Oklahoma that wouldn't mind.
That are wasting theirs anyway.
That are wasting.
What that really is.
Just don't ask Andrew Gilman.
How do you spell Vince? Yeah,
12 seconds, guys.
Every pass has to be in the end zone. You cannot risk being down at the 1 here. You got to get it in the end zone. Every route.
Jimenez from the gun. Keith Todd beside him. He's got trips the fun bunch to the right side right there.
Timeout
on the field, Carl Albert.
Tigers have none, so that might even help Ardmore there as they get a chance to talk it over a little bit.
Well, let's go down. Oh, excuse me.
Go ahead.
Let's go down to the Storton Sudbury sideline reporter, David Cole.
Well, I'll tell you what, the coach has done a masterful job down here. When he went for that 4th and 1 yards, he came by me and he said, we're only going to get about 10, 12 yards on into this wind anyway. We might as well go for it. It's bared out well as we're about to score, I think.
I think.
I'm ready for it, man.
Don't you get a sense that Coach Lloyd just really, obviously you'd enjoy this team, coaching this team as talented as they are, but just having fun tonight with these play calls?
Oh, yeah, it was. He did. He just walked by, and that's exactly what he said as well, that the punt into this wind's not going to get us much. Our defense will hold. Let's just do it, and obviously it worked.
That's having faith in your ball club right now.
Exactly.
That's having a senior quarterback, too.
Well, I tell you,
trust.
You know, I get a chance to talk with Coach Lloyd each and every week, and some of the things we talk about are not necessarily for the show, but the one thing that he does just about every time I mention number 7 is he just praises this young man. And the thing he says most about him is he is the first player I've had in a long time that does exactly as he is coached. He does what he's asked to do, you know, and that's a big thing for a coach. So I'm sure he is having fun coaching these guys, especially when the coach comes from the quarterback ranks. I mean, the guy, you know, it's a interesting dynamic that you don't get a lot in high school. Jimenez from the gun, looking around, right side, little touch pass. Great job, touchdown Tigers. Jermaine Gresham right there, little touch pass from Jimenez. And how much can you praise a guy and then say how beautiful that was? That is a great pass right there.
Well, he can throw the bullet. We saw an absolute frozen rope at John Marshall. That one took a lot of touch and thrown perfectly where the defender couldn't get to it anyway. Lionel's just got it. He can run this offense. It's a very complex offense. Ask anybody that's played for the Tigers in the last whatever long Coach Lloyd has been here. But Lionel has a grasp on the offense, obviously.
That is your championship drive right there. That is huge.
Dante Miller will hold it at the 10-yard line for the PAT. Kelby Price to kick. 19-3, the Tigers now. The kick is up, and it is good. So 20-3 with 9 seconds remaining in the first half of play. Your Ardmore Tigers are up on the Carl Albert Titans, and we are back here to Noble Stadium for the final 9 seconds of the half. After this, we'll be back where the Tigers play on the big station, 97.7. We getting ready for the second-hand sports kick from the 40. Kelby Price left to right here.
Price will kick it off.
Back deep, you're going to have Vaughn. Also back there, Oku. And here's, little bitty, little snake kicker along the grass cutter right there across the 50-yard line. It'll be taking there. Good defensive or good offensive effort, I guess. Greg Benjamin. Let's check the scoring, the Easy Shop scoring drive here with Brandon Martin.
Huge 10-play, 71-yard drive in 4 minutes and 18 seconds, capped off by an 8-yard touchdown pass from Jimenez to Jermaine Gresham. The key play of the drive and of the game so far. 4th and 1 with 1:58 left. Stubblefield had a 2-yard run to convert the first down, and Ardmore took it on in for pay dirt from there.
Quarterback check is Chris Ellis. That's your easy shop scoring drive. Ellis just going to down it and let the clock run out at 6 seconds. That is going to be the first half of play. Your Ardmore Tigers are up here in the state playoffs. First round, they're up 20-3 over the Carl Albert Titans. And we are back here. We've got Mercy Memorial's Health Center halftime show coming your way on the big station, 97.7.
Squad, the Tigerettes. This evening, the squad will be dancing a palm routine to Aerosmith.
show Imagination. The show will begin with the Land of Make-Believe, featuring Cody Bowman on trumpet and Jason Carnahan on saxophone. The lead from the movie Polar Express will feature soloist Cody Bowman on trumpet. The drum line will then invite several of the band members to join them in the percussion feature Child's Play. The band will close the show with the two-tone Pegasus, featuring Michael Watson on tuba, Taylor Organar and Cody Bowman as a trumpet duet, and JT Hazelton with a trombone solo. Congratulations on a successful marching season. The band is under the direction of Miss Deborah Thompson and assisted by Miss Erin McPherson and Ryan Lowe. Drum major is Charlie Kim. Drum major, is your band ready? You may take the field for your performance.
Mercy Memorial Health Center halftime show brought to you by our good friends at Mercy Memorial Health Center in Ardmore.
Is that Def Leppard I hear?
That is Def Leppard.
Thought so.
I can tell because the drum's just left-sided. 152.
Half beats are tough.
Well, you got to
for a
know
one-arm
something. You
drummer.
got to know something to make a joke like that, don't you? And to get it, by the way. The 20-3 here at the halftime break. The Ardmore Tigers pretty convincing in the first half, and that's some of the nervous parents and stuff. As we walked out, Billy and I walked outside for a little while, asking what's going to happen. Well, it's 20-3. You know, okay, do it the old math, the old kid way, you know, when you were playing out in the sandlot, and it's going to be 40-6 at the end of this thing. Everything's fine.
I had one mother right here said, "Do we look okay?" I'm like, "Well."
That was Mrs. Parrish.
I think you look fine.
Well, she's watched Colorado blow so many leads over the year. Now she's a little apprehensive. But these are the Ardmore Tigers of 2005, and they've got a defensive.
Although there is another half to play. Guys.
There is.
I'm just glad that she's asking about a junior player who's 270 pounds, 6'5". It's, you know, you think about those kind of things. By next year, we'll have to call him USS Parrish. I mean, because he's a big fella. And doing the offensive line, as you guys mentioned, you know, kind of had a few breakdowns there when the snake back was in there, the linebacker back was in there, Joe Stoner, and you know they kind of come around. And made some drives, good 70-yard drive there. The Ardmore Tigers are flying right now. So
well, and we made a real effort to mention the offensive lineman early in the year, and I think we've gotten a little lax. We've gotten a little spoiled, like sometimes the fans do. But that offensive line, they have been solid all season, and that's why you score these numbers like the Tigers have, and the scoring average that they have, and.
Yeah,
you know, everything starts up front, and they have been there all year.
We talk about how Ardmore's a big play team. Well, you can't complete 40, 50-yard passes without protection. Got to give guys time to get down the field. And Lionel, except for one or two people every time, is able to roll out and find time and get the big plays that we've seen most of the night.
And, of course, you know, it wouldn't be amiss if we didn't mention Tommy Fitzgerald, probably the best offensive lineman the Tigers has. He's a senior. He's not as big as some of the other guys, but certainly has the abilities to get it done. We're about a minute here away from the second-half kickoff, the second-hand sports kickoff coming your way. After this, you're listening to Tiger Football on the big station, 97.7. Live again at Noble Stadium, 20-3, the halftime score as the Ardmore Tigers prepare to kick it from the 40, the right to left version here, and Kelby Price will do that, do the honors. Back deep is going to be, I believe, Stoner back there, and also back there, Oku, and David Oku, not Devon. Here's the kick. The second-hand sports kick is a weird bouncer right there at the 15-yard line, and that's Oku who picks it up on the run. Back to the 25, 26-yard line before he's met by a bunch of the defenders for the Ardmore Tigers special teams right there. Good job there. And I did pick up one guy named Jared Fields in there on the tackle. Also in there on the tackle, number 18, and doing a good job, Cameron Swindle on the special teams play. 1st and 10 for the Carl Albert Titans here, and they have it at the, 27-yard line. What you guys looking at each other for?
That sound you hear is David Polk and I beating ourselves over the head. We spent the whole halftime show talking about how great it was that Ardmore was going to get the ball back to start the first half, but they've taken the wind here in the second half. Our jobs are in danger, David.
That's just amazing.
1st and 10. And a little razzle-dazzle as they throw it down the field. No fooling Ellis Knight as he knocks the ball around right there. And all that effort, the intended receiver downfield there is Bryce Asher. And no, that's David Vaughn. Check your programs at home. David Vaughn, the intended receiver, 2nd down 10.
They had him in a sandwich between Jared Fields and Ellis Knight there. There was no way he was going to get the ball.
That was a bit of a trick play, and the Tigers did not bite on that. Good coverage in the secondary there as they like a little flea flicker action there, and the Tigers were not fooled.
We also mentioned that Carl Albert would have to try something new in the second half to move the ball against this defense. It's back to the drawing board. They're 0 for 1 on trick plays.
It was a Vaughn sandwich. outside this time. Oh, nothing going there. The Ardmore Tigers quickly to that, and that is Stoner right there. And Joe not getting much running room at all, as he is going to be sacked up quickly. Marquise Booker, one of the tacklers right there.
Billy, what about that play by Justin Fields there, disrupting the timing?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, describe it.
Justin Fields comes in, and instead of being blocked, he pushes the blocker back, forces Stoner to cut inside, where about 4 Tigers are waiting on him. He loses 2 yards.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
You saw that too?
I saw all that. No, I really didn't, but I'm glad you did.
3rd down and 12, 25-yard line. This time, in trouble quickly, Stoner, but he gets himself out of it so easily. And back to the line of scrimmage, plus he picks up a couple of yards. Could have lost about 7 right there. Marquise Booker.
The Marquise Booker helmet to the thigh, it looked like.
He's going to get up and shake that off. As that's got to hurt like that. Marquise Booker coming in there strong after he's so slippery back there and gets away from the other would-be tacklers, and then catches Marquise on the thigh right there. Going to bring on the punting team.
They're going to have to help him.
In a lot of trouble. He's hurting.
And that hurts Carl Albert, because I mean he has been their offense, guys, in this first half and whatever we've played here in the third quarter.
What do we always say about Marquise? He hits real hard.
Well, in a battle of thigh pad and helmet, the helmet always wins, and Stoner will testify to that.
Especially when you got 6 foot, 225 pounds of anger on you. 4th and 8. Sorry. Here's the punter. King Gordon back at the 35-yard line. It's going to hit well shy of that at the 45. And it'll roll right there, and they pick it up. Did Ellis touch it is the question. And they're saying yes, Carl Albert. But the officials haven't given a real signal yet. Oh, now they do, and that's not a good one for the Ardmore Tigers.
That's the second time that has happened to the Tigers in the last 3 weeks.
The coaching staff before the punt was ever in the air just hollered at everyone, get away from it, don't even mess with it. It took a little knuckleball bounce and hit Ellis right in the foot, it looked like.
I thought he was trying to get away from it. I thought he actually got away from it, but
I think it's one of those where you're just in the middle of the pack, you don't know where the football is, and it takes a bad bounce and gets you. But boy, that's a big turnaround play there for Carl Albert, and the Tiger defense is going to have to stay out there a little bit longer.
So rather than the Tigers getting it back, well, they're going to move it back down, spot it at the 40.
We've got Ellis, the throwing quarterback, in the game now, guys.
When they move it to the 40, I think the rule is you cannot advance a muffed punt. So wherever it touched Ellis and wherever they picked it up, that's where it is.
So they spot it correctly now at the 40. 1st and 10 for Carl Albert. Ellis underneath center. Going to counter to the up back right there, Greg Benjamin, and he is going to run to the left and then outside to the right, and he will get down to about the 1. Oh, they're going to let him score. The touchdown for the Carl Albert Titans right there, 40-yard jaunt on 1st and 10. And that's a guy that I haven't even marked in here as a guy that could carry the ball, Greg Benjamin, number 30.
That was a little cross buck, and he broke up in the seam right up the middle, and he just broke open. One missed tackle, and he just outran everybody until he got to the goal line there in a late attempt by one of the Tigers back in the secondary, but too little too late, and Carl Albert makes the Tigers pay for that first mistake of the second half.
What a momentum shift.
Look on that sheet right there and give us Benjamin's size stance. Here's the kick. It is up, and it is good. So the Ardmore Tigers, after the Titans score their first possession here in the first quarter of the second half, 20-10 the score at this juncture. 9:50 to go in the third. We're back after this. You're listening to Tiger Football on 97.7, the big station. 9:50 to go in the third quarter. 20-10, the Ardmore Tigers with the lead, but Carl Albert certainly with Mo on their back as they get it, punch it into the end zone from the 40 right there. And what was I going to say about that little fullback dude that they gave it to right there? That's Greg Benjamin, 5'8", 170-pound senior fullback, and plays sparingly and on defense at the Sam linebacker position. So kind of a surprise runner there for us. 20-10. And now Carl Albert will kick left or right here. And back deep there is Jermaine Stubblefield. Stubblefield takes it at the 8. Oh, bounces it off his knee. Now he can't pick it up, and he's going to have to fall on it. Boy, Carl Albert's in there hard, and I believe the Tigers retain. Jermaine going to fall on it, but slippery little dude before that. It'll be at the 16, 17-yard line, and that'll be a first down for the Tigers.
We talked about in the first half a couple of championship drives for the Tigers. They're going to be forced to make another one here, as the momentum now is with the guys in white. Carl Albert makes the Tigers pay for the mistake. They've got momentum on their side right now. Ardmore still has a 10-point lead, but they need to come out, reestablish things.
Dante Miller sets wide to the left here. I-backs in the backfield behind Jimenez. Take the snap. They give it off to Colbert as he falls the lead back up in the hole. Going to pick him up about 6 yards. He bumps across the 20 to the 22-yard line is where they'll spot the football. So a nice run right there for the first down position. It'll bring up second down at about 4 to go.
Tigers have not gone to that power running game tonight with Jimmy Colbert as much. They've thrown the ball around quite a bit more, but that was probably as good a first down running play as they've had all night.
How good would an 8-minute drive and scoring drive be right here on the ground for the Tigers? I mean, just to...
That would cure what ails you.
Yeah, I bet. You bet. What I say, you bet to me. Jimenez underneath center this time. He'll hand it off to Colbert again. Colbert bounces it outside at the 25 to the 30, 35. Forget about that long scoring drive. Here he goes across the 50 to the 45-yard line. He'll be bumped out of bounds right there, but not before a huge gain there. He's going to be bumped out by Devon Oku, and that will give the Tigers a first down in Carl Albert territory. Ball spotted at the 41-yard line, first down.
Oku lucky he didn't get a personal foul call there, as he had some words of advice for Jimmy Colbert after he bumped him out of bounds. He's about 8 yards out of bounds on the Ardmore side.
Told him to slow down. Total cave-in by the left side of the Ardmore offensive line. Big Tommy Fitzgerald just caved in everybody on the right side of that Carl Albert defensive line and sprung Colbert for a huge gain.
And credit the little guy, Dante Miller, with a nice block out here from his wide receiver position.
Dante sits wide to the right here. Booker at the tight end side left side, and Gresham at the wing right side. This time Gresham will catch in and out of the hands. Jermaine at the 41-yard line. I didn't mean to I guess. I thought he had it, and he may have been running before he got a handle on it right there. Big double-A All-American Jermaine Gresham, the intended receiver, incomplete, second down 10.
Had a step on David Vaughn, but had him on his hip, and I think he was thinking about running with it before he got it pulled in there, guys.
Hits the skin, bring it in.
There you go. Ardmore Tigers 20-10 leader right now in this one. Of course, David Seeley's been giving us scores all night long, so we'll pass some of those along to you as we go along. 7-6 Plainview and Millwood. Millwood just up by 1 point. That right before the half, so a pretty good contest going on there. Jimenez is going to get it to Stubblefield. Stubblefield quickly up across the 40 to the 33, 35, 36-yard line. And he's going to be a couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but a big run right there for Stubblefield. And again, those Ardmore Tiger running backs, this time the quicker of the three, and doing a great job finding a place to run.
Little shovel pass there as Lionel Jimenez takes a step back and then dumps a little Utah pass, or whatever you want to call it, forward, underhanded.
Shuttle, Utah.
Shovel is what I was. Shovel. And I saw ESPN officially said it was a shovel pass.
Shovel?
Like you're shoveling coal.
I-backs here, and they'll hand it off deep to Stubblefield this time. No pass of any kind. They just hand it off. He's going to get the first up to the 31. And, well, actually between the 31 and 30 here. They'll spot it right at the 31. And it'll be a first down for the Ardmore Tigers again in Titan territory.
Very efficient. Right back down the field. They had the ball at their own 18. Now they're setting up business at the Carl Albert 31. It may not be 8 minutes, but it may be your scoring drive.
20-10. I really didn't care how long it took them. I just thought it'd be nice for them to just, grind out the clock and grind out the heart and soul of the opposing team. They can score in 5 seconds. Offset backs and the fun bunch to the left side. Jermaine Stubblefield right side through a hole at the 30 to the 25. He's got the 15-yard line, 10 inside to the 5-yard line before he's struck down from behind. Stubblefield, huge run again, and Jermaine gets him to the 4-yard line, so it'll be first and goal from there for the Ardmore Tigers.
Jermaine a little bit gimpy as he got up, but good speed outside. You called him probably the quickest of the Tiger running backs, and he hit the hole in a hurry. Had a step on everybody. They had the angle on him, the only way they run him down.
You got to give credit that time, Billy. I was watching as the play went around the right side. Jesse Hernandez, Tyler Parrish, 2 guys occupying 3 Carl Albert linemen. Stubblefield was able to recognize that too and cut inside and made what would have been a minimal gain into about a 25-yard jaunt down to the 4.
That's going on 500-plus pounds you're talking about there when you're talking about those 2 fellas. High backs behind Jimenez. They'll set him down right there, hand it off deep to Jimmy Colbert, and Jimmy Colbert going to be stopped up right there just shy of the 5-yard line. Well, right at the 5-yard is where they'll spot it, shy of the original down marker here. So second down and goal from the 5 here for the Tigers.
Harold Wilson in the backfield that time to really just got the ankles out from under Jimmy before he got a chance really to get moving.
As was Emilio Richardson.
Second and goal.
He was pretty proud of his efforts there.
Yes, he was.
Jawing a little bit.
They are excited.
Second down goal from the 5. 6:44 to go in the third. 20-10 the score. The Ardmore Tigers with the lead here. Midway through the third quarter. Jimenez sets him down. Trips to the left side. Quick pitch out there, and this time Colbert has to find a hole. He finds one, gets up to about the 1 before he stopped there, and that'll give the Tigers a third down look and goal. Third and goal from the 1 for Ardmore.
And you know, Jimmy Colbert would be the Emmitt Smith back, I would think, for the. And not that I'm a big Dallas Cowboy fan, because I'm not, but he reminds me of Emmitt the way he runs, and he's just always getting good yardage. Runs tough inside, and he can also read the blocks, find the little cracks out there that some of us can't even see from the press box.
My respect for you just went up through the roof, Billy, knowing that you're anti-Dallas Cowboys.
You guys don't do that. Picking on the Cowboys. Left side, Dante Miller. Now, Tony Dorsett, that was about. Here you go. Left side, Jimmy Colbert. No, he's going to follow him up. Jimenez, touchdown.
No, he didn't. Thought he fumbled, but he didn't.
Jimenez just took it up right behind him after he faked the handoff right there and punches it into the end zone for the Tigers score to make it 26-10. 5:43 to go here in the third quarter.
One of the Titans came in late and hit him after he fell. I thought the ball had come loose, but it didn't. Lionel had it socked away, and guys, that was another big-time championship drive right there.
Well, after they score, big 40-yard touchdown play, and you just drive it down and score here in, 4-minute drive, something like that.
4:02.
Man, I missed it by 2 seconds.
You were close. We strive for perfection.
We'll give it to you.
Bryce to kick. Here's the kick. Oh, it's blocked there. And that will leave it at 26-10. Your Ardmore Tigers lead the Carl Albert Titans here. 5:43 to go in the third. It's Ardmore 26, Carl Albert 10, and we're back here with more Tiger football on 97.7, the big station. 26-10. 5:43, and Price will get a toe into it. High in the air. It's going to come down about the 25. Bounce back with a Titan roll to the 15 to the 20. I don't know why I keep marking that at the. I keep marking that 20 over there as the 30, and I don't know why. Does that look like a 3 to you?
No.
No. Okay.
You see what we have to work with here, ladies and gentlemen.
You get what you pay for.
Hey, guys, I got a Plainview update. Millwood over Plainview 13-9, 6:45 left in the third quarter. So Plainview hanging in there with Millwood. Thanks to Mike Strawn, who's sitting at home sending me scores periodically. We've got a lot of help with scores tonight.
He is really good at that.
This is the most help we've had all year, though.
Mike Strawn, David Seeley, Stephen Q. Ross.
Stephen Q.
What's the Q stand for?
Quaint.
Okay. High backs behind him. This is going to be Ellis back in the ball game here for the Titans, and he's back to throw. Got it out in the flats there, and I'm not sure exactly who his intended receiver. Well, that's Stoner out there in the flats, so that's his intended receiver, but you got 1, 2, 3 Ardmore Tigers on the coverage there. Thompson, who else is out there? DeJuan Miles, good to see him. He kind of came off hobbled a little while ago and running strong right there. So
Well, the problem is when they bring Ellis in, you know they're throwing the ball. There's not a lot of deception out there, and either maybe Ardmore's knocking them off their routes or something, but the passing game has just not connected for Carl Albert all night.
Well, Robbie Gordon playing for that cornerback position. He was all over at that time, and the pass may have just been thrown away. Certainly ill-advised if it were trying to get there. There's the freshman Oku, and he can't go anywhere. The line of scrimmage, he's going to be racked up hard by Marquise Booker.
Marquise Booker, and I think DeJuan Miles is back in there, isn't he? We have not talked about him. Set out a little bit in the first half. Good to see him back out on the field.
A couple more updates, guys. Davis leads Luther 21-0 in the third. Purcell leads Sulphur 23-13 also in the third, thanks to David Seeley for those two scores.
Third down and 8 to go here for the Titans as they break the huddle. Stoner wide to the right this time. Ellis underneath center. Motion left to right. Fake the pitch, and then they'll shovel pass forward. And
that's a big one.
Going to be a go for a big play for David Vaughn there as he keeps running across the 45 up to near the midfield stripe.
Oh, and they got the official on that one, guys.
Beg your pardon, David?
They took the official out on that one. The head linesman took a pretty good shot.
Is he up?
He's up.
Flashbacks for David Polk getting. What game was that when you were wiped out, David, a couple years ago?
Oh, that was the Chickasha game. Yeah. It did hurt.
I saw Shelby the other day. Thought about you.
You guys laughed at my expense, and it was okay with me.
It was okay. Yeah. First and 10 here for the Titans at the what is going to be the 46-yard line of the 47-yard line, the Ardmore Tigers. We got a little motion over there, and this could go against the Tigers as well.
Flag down.
I think you're right.
High school playoff action.
So 5-yard penalty will make it 1st and 5 now. Ball at the 43-yard line, let's go. Carl Albert's going to be up underneath center here with Ellis. Wide receiver wide out to the left with offset backs behind Ellis. Joe Stoner is part of the backfield. They'll pitch it to the left side. That's Oku, and he's going to weave his way up across the 40 to the 35-yard line, and that'll be enough for a Carl Albert first down right at the 35.
Tigers are a little bit off balance defensively here, and really need to hang on. 26-10 lead, but still plenty of time in this ball game. Carl Albert picking up big chunks right now offensively.
First down and 10 for Carl Albert.
So the 1st and 10, the ball rests right at the 35-yard line. They need to get to the 25 for a first. 26-10, the Tigers with the lead, 4:16 to go in the third. High back straight behind Ellis this time. He will fake it and then pitch it back to Oku again. Oku to the line of scrimmage, but not much past that. They're going to spot the ball about a yard and a half on the carry as he'll get down inside the 35 to the 34-yard line.
With Ellis, the smaller quarterback in the game, it's like Carl Albert goes to more of a deception game, a misdirection game, as they fake a pitch one way, toss it back, a little counterattack going on, where when they've got Stoner in there, they just snap it to him and let him pick and choose where he's going to go with it.
Ellis will set him down underneath center again. He sends a man in motion. Big tight end just moving him to the right side. Here's the snap, quick pitch it to Oku, and Oku going to dance up inside, makes the cut there. Ellis Knight quickly in there on the tackle for the Ardmore Tigers.
Now is the time. This is pretty big. Carl Albert down by 16, 3 minutes left in the third, and they face a 3rd and 5 at the 30.
Well, you know they're in
4-down territory.
Oh yeah, they're in 4-down territory. Tigers looking for a turnover right here. Separate a Titan from the football here.
3rd down and 5, ball right at the 30-yard line. Did you say that already?
Yeah.
I just get back into the my mode that way. Wide out to the left is Larry Nickelberry. And now they go from the gun. That's going to be Stoner again in there at quarterback. Fakes it, and he'll take it to the left. Going to be wrapped up real quickly. Nice job by Marquise Booker. He sends him back inside. And then Kevin doing the great work from the tight end position and allowing DeJuan Miles in there on the tackle, but Kevin Andrews kind of turning it back in after Marquise made the initial hit.
Stoner faked it up the middle, then took it down, tried to get around the left side, although he did create a little bit of room because initially it looked like Tigers going to stuff him for no gain. Did fall forward, pick up a couple. Still 4th down and 4.
Ball right at the 28-yard line, and they're about 4 yards shy and going for it here on 4th down. It looked to be. And they'll hand it off to the left side.
He didn't get it.
I don't believe he got there either.
I was surprised there. He handed it off going left. Stoner rolled out like he was going to bring it out to the right side. Tried to throw the Tigers off as Stoner normally keeps the football, but I don't think they bid on it.
So the Tigers will take it over on downs here. The ball at the 28-yard line. And that's with the 2:01 clock showing up there. 26-10. Tigers with the lead and now with the football if they stop the Carl Albert Titans drive here. Well, the Titans look a little dangerous right there, but the Tiger defense stiffens inside the 30. Ball rests at the 26, 1st and 10 for Ardmore. Jimenez breaks him out of the huddle. Colbert next to him trips the fun bunch to the left side. Jimenez just going that way. He cuts back up inside. Going to get down to the 30-yard line before he's brought down there. So pick up 3 yards on the carry, bring up 2nd down and 7.
I know it seems like we brag about Jimenez too much, but he's got great quickness with his feet, too. He doesn't carry the ball that much, but when he has to, he's got some pretty shifty feet.
2nd down, 6 now. The ball just across the 30-yard line. Jimenez breaks him out of the huddle again. They'll line up 3 guys to the right side this time. And they'll hand it back off to Colbert. Across the 30, Jimmy steps over a guy at the 35. Now gets out to the 38-yard line. Going to get the 1st down just on his own effort right there. Great job running there. Stoner going to knock him out of bounds, but still a great run by Colbert, and he picks up the 1st down. Ball sits right at the 38-yard line.
Jimmy's field of vision is amazing. Yep. He can find a gap that when you can't find one. He knows when to slow down, when to speed up, when to shift his weight, whatever he's got to do to get through the gap.
And he made the same guy miss twice.
Hard to make him miss once. He does it twice.
1:13 on the clock here as the Tigers have it. The ball at the 38. Again, a 1st down for Ardmore. Jimenez leads him up to the line of scrimmage. The fun bunch to the right side here. It's going to be Keith Todd, Jermaine Gresham, and Dante Miller. Jimenez fakes it to Colbert this time, looking down the field and across the middle. Oh, throws it behind him, and Dante almost gets himself in position to catch the ball right there, but just a little too low, a little too strong, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Pretty good protection. Little bit of heat on the right side there. Lionel rolled over, just threw it behind him a little bit. Didn't miss him by much, but threw it behind him.
Just enough.
Yep. I think what you saw there is Lionel may have flinched just at the very end. He saw a Carl Albert defensive back coming in, thought he might have a play on the ball, could let him to the outside, led him a little too far to the inside. Dante wasn't able to come up with it.
Miller wide to the left here, Gresham wide out to the right. Keith Todd and Colbert in the backfield, offset behind Jimenez. Lionel back to throw, unabated to him, but he gets it away anyway. That's going to be, Gresham down the field, but a little bit too strong, and Lionel took it hard right there.
But he hopped right back up.
He does.
He knew he was going to get walloped and went ahead, stood there, and made the throw, and it just almost worked out. Yep. He just threw it as far as he could to give Jermaine a chance to run under it.
What a lot of college and pro quarterbacks, pro scouts will look for in a quarterback is how quick is his release. That time, by the time Jimenez saw Torrey Breath, number 19 for Carl Albert, coming in, he didn't have much time to throw the ball, and it took him a nanosecond just to load up and heave it. What turned out to be about 50 yards downfield.
That's going to leave it at 3rd and 10 here at the 38.
That was always the big knock against Randall Cunningham. Yeah, he can throw it 70 yards, but it takes him 5 seconds to load up the cannon.
Fun bunch to the right side here. Trips out there for the Tigers. Jimenez throwing it back the other way to Booker. Bryan catches it at the 40 and gets across there. The ball comes loose, but I'm not sure exactly how they're going to rule this thing.
Pass complete to
because he caught the pass, but he was down before the ball came loose. So they'll spot it right there. 4th down and 6 for the Tigers now.
Credit Tommy Fitzgerald with a good block. Almost like a pick there as he's able to go back in, free Booker up to make the catch. 4th down, though, for the Tigers.
That time things got crushed in a little bit. Carl Albert seen that play on film, and they kept their pursuit at home, and Booker didn't have much room to run.
Tigers will punt from the 43 here, standing inside his 30. Calls for the football. Stephen Lee gets a banger away up high in the air. And that'll come down to Vaughn at the 22-yard line on the fair catch. That's a nice job right there. That's what I was going to say. Stephen Lee really gets a good hanger too right there, so there's no chance in returning it.
Not a bad thing to see your fullback, Keith Todd, first guy down there too, as he quickly got down the field and got in the face of Vaughn. Forced him to fair catch it.
Nah. They say it's your birthday. He'll say happy birthday every time he makes a play, or just once. How do you do that? I would like to say it every time. I-backs behind him, and this is the little of the quarterbacks, Ellison. He'll hand it off to the second back, and Marquise Booker hands it off to him. I'm telling you. Marquise knew exactly what was going. Key the back with the football. That's what you do, right, Coach? And puts a hat on him at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a half-yard pickup right there. That is a huge hit at the end of the third quarter of play. Marquise Booker putting the Brad on the
little fall planning there for Marquise.
26-10 at the end of 3. We're back for the 4th and final quarter of the 5A first round at Noble Stadium. The Ardmore Tigers 26, the Carl Albert Titans 10. Back in a minute with more Tiger football on the big station 97.7. Motion here. Ellis is going to fake the pitch and throw it across the middle. Ellis Knight making a great defensive play right there as the intended receiver. He disjoins him from the football. I can't think of any other way to do that. David Oku, the intended receiver right there, and Ellis Knight, great defensive effort.
Ellis just saw what was going on. I thought he took it away from him, but it ends up hitting the turf. But a great defensive play for Ellis Knight.
3rd down and 9.
That play should have worked. Yeah, I got an update on the Plainview score. Millwood now 13-12 over Plainview. 47-yard field goal with 3:15 left in the third quarter for Plainview, and they are hanging in there, guys.
Plainview plays Millwood just about every year in the playoffs, it seems like.
Seems like it does.
And thanks to Mike Strawn, by the way, for that score, for that update.
Offset I-backs behind him, and Ellis will take it, fake the pitch, and now he's going to throw it down the field. This is a great play.
Oh, my goodness.
Robbie Gordon's running stride for stride. They get their legs tangled up, and on Sunday they call this incidental contact, by the way, but here they throw the flag. And
in the science lab, they'd say jet propulsion was needed to catch that ball. The fans are letting him have it, too.
Yeah, that's
bad call.
That ball was definitely not a catchable football.
That is the first good thing that's happened on a passing play, though, for the Titans all night long. Via the penalty, but they got
Earlier,
something out of it.
Remember when Gordon was going deep for a ball, I think it was, he got his legs caught up on a ball that was catchable. No, it was Dante Miller. They didn't call the pass interference. That time, that ball wasn't going to be caught by Randy Moss on the fly pattern, but they throw the flag.
And definitely not Terrell Owens. He definitely couldn't have caught it. He can't play.
Much rest of this year.
He can't play.
And it's not from the spot like in the NFL, but it's enough to give you a first, or you get an automatic first down out of the thing, and that's the bad part of the whole thing. David.
It was not good.
Short and sweet. David Polk there with the Stortson Sudbury sideline report.
But by rule, guys, exactly the rule is it really doesn't matter how far the ball goes over. By rule, if he pushes him, hits him, does anything, it's still considered interference. And while I really don't know that he could have run 20 more yards if the ball had been up 5 seconds, he's still not going to get under that ball to catch it. But
you just wonder why they didn't call it earlier when Dante Miller was crossed up on a ball more catchable than that one.
it was the same. It was the same call and should have been made the other time.
Well, we got a new quarterback in there, and he's going to throw a completion across the middle of the 45-yard line. Quarterback now is Robert Kaiser for the Carl Albert Tigers. How many quarterbacks do they have, Billy? Have you checked that out?
Marquise Booker with the tackle. And credit Marquise because he was actually in coverage and got beat there for the reception, but didn't give up on the play, ran it down, made the tackle. Got up kind of holding an arm funny. We'll have to keep an eye on him, but credit Marquise for not giving up on that thing.
They had 4 quarterbacks throwing sideline to sideline in warm-ups.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
Robert Kaiser, one of them. He's now in the gun. Whoops. And back to throw, rolls out to his. Oh, Kevin Andrews.
Says, hi, new quarterback. I'm Kevin. I'll see you later.
Nice introduction out there at midfield.
Good little sophomore quarterback.
Okay, got another Plainview update. Millwood 21, Plainview 12. 48 seconds left in the third quarter.
My math is slipping.
I'm telling you. Mike Strawn's working hard.
I'm telling you. Second down. And what is going to be 17 yards here from about the 49-yard line. Kaiser back to throw again, and he'll release it out into the flats there to Dylan Andrews. And Dylan Andrews is going to be met pretty quick. Not too bad out there in the flats. Robbie Gordon, the king, getting things done and bringing up.
You know who screwed up the play? That was Andron Thompson. He just shoved his guy, his blocker in front of him back into the play. Didn't make the tackle, but he disrupted things, broke it back inside, and too many Tigers out there to make the tackle.
Twins wide to the left here. Again, Kaiser will call for it from the gun. He's back to throw. Going to throw it across the middle hard and incomplete. Again, intended receiver is Dylan Andrews, and that's going to bring up the big down here, 4th and 15.
Great job by the Tiger D to strengthen up after a questionable first down was given to Carl Albert. They stuffed it right there, and now Carl Albert's forced to punt.
Ardmore kind of like a basketball team, you know, a technical foul call or something to fire them up, something controversial to make them mad out there as they came back with a vengeance in that possession.
That's how Billy Tubbs operated. Got a tee to fire up his own bunch.
Right, it's kind of, I mean, it kind of reminds you of a guy with 3 electric shavers, and he just keeps, you know, well, that was not working, so he tries another one, and that was not working. He tries another one, and anyway, the quarterback deal is
roll ball,
different.
roll.
The ball's going to roll into the end zone right there, and that will give him the ball at the 20-yard line.
Electric shavers, Mike?
I don't think I know anybody that has 3 electric
you know,
shavers.
I mean, you just keep picking one up and say, this doesn't shave me close enough. I'm going to try this one. This one doesn't work. I'm going to try this
Speaking from
one.
experience here, Mike?
No, I do that with meatloaf. You know, if one of them's not cooked just right, you try another one. You try.
Hope your wife's not
I
listening.
was just trying to figure out, you know, the thought process here, because we all know, we've seen that Stoner has had some great success from the QB position tonight. Am I wrong?
No.
And yet we don't see him again, and now we see yet another guy who's a sophomore.
Of course, remember, he also took the helmet to the thigh pad earlier. That might hinder his speed just a little bit, but he is in there playing
He's in there
defensive
playing,
end right now.
Well, he's also playing in the Z-back position too. So
Gary Rose is a mad scientist.
left side, here's Jimmy Colbert. He's going to bounce off of one defender and get a little bit farther outside. Not a lot of room to carry right there for Colbert, but he does pick up a few, and that'll bring up second down at a long 7.
Now, this would be a good time for an 8-minute drive since there's 9 minutes and 13 seconds left, and another touchdown just put this ball game away.
Lionel Jimenez running the play in from the sideline. Second down 7, ball at the 23-yard line in Tigerland, and they will move left to right here. Dante Miller wide out to the right to the near side here. And lone back behind Jimenez. Gresham sets up in the slot, wide out right side as well. They're going to hand it to Colbert to the left side. He's got the first down. Ooh, struck down from behind right there.
Is that a face mask?
I don't know what he got him by, but
Must have been a collar.
something.
I think it's coming back, gentlemen. I see a flag way over on the Carl Albert sideline.
Flag down on the
25 of Ardmore. And I believe it's a hold.
That is a hold. How convenient.
So, somebody in the crowd wasn't happy.
No kidding. The down now will be second down. It'll be
A little longer.
a little bit farther than we need right here necessarily. Pretty good run right there to give the Tigers their what would have been just a couple of yards shot.
Holding is the call against the Tigers.
Now back to the they're going to spot the ball
Football
just
back
inside
to
the 15-yard line. And that will give the Ardmore Tigers a second down and about 14 to go.
Saw something interesting today. We gave a Sulphur score earlier. Saw Coach Dixon from Sulphur eating at a restaurant in Davis. I didn't know that was allowed.
I'm surprised they served him.
And he had on his Sulphur, clothes and
I'm a
everything.
little worried about the food I was eating.
Was it Mexican food?
Yes.
Man, I wish I was with you.
I was impressed, though, that they, actually seemed to be civil.
They let him eat without bothering or something. Gresham across the middle. This time going to be, he catches the football in
Fumbled it.
traffic.
Oh, he lateraled it.
And then he laterals.
No, they're going to call him
They're
down.
going to call him down right there.
I guess it was a fumble and a advanced fumble there for Booker, but they're still a nice play for Jermaine.
Well, the fans are really letting them have it now. I think, David, they got the call right. If it was indeed a fumble, you can't advance it. But if it's a lateral, he should still be running.
Oh, no. You can't advance a fumble from anywhere on the field. I mean, as long as it's not a forward lateral type situation. But I think they decided the official, I believe, had blown Jermaine dead, even though he was still up before that ball got out. Because, he took it right to the spot.
Well,
they did
the
have him
official
wrapped up.
deserves the boos that he's received.
Yes.
That official didn't work the game in Norman a couple of years ago when Jermaine drug half the Shawnee Wolves down the field in the last 8 minutes of the ball game.
Yeah, when Jermaine's still moving, you don't blow the whistle.
The coaching staff's giving the linesman here on the sidelines a total earful. So
Dante Miller wide to the right here. Jermaine double A in the slot. Going to hand it, fake it to, they hand it to Jimmy Colbert to the right side here. And not any running room there. Stoner quickly turns him back inside, and helping him out is going to be LaMarcus Higgins, also Torrey Breath on the tackle as well.
I'm going to tell you, this is a down year for Carl Albert. They're not going to be down very long. They have got some monsters. They're pretty physical out there on defense.
Oku, really good running back.
And
He's just a freshman. Yeah,
they are young, but they're not going to be down for long, and I don't think they're all that down anyway.
Second down at 13.
Second down and a long 12 to go at the 48-yard line here for the Tigers.
You know you're good when you're down and you're in the playoffs. You know it?
That's right.
As it says in the Ardmore shirts, tradition never graduates.
Jimenez
Timeout.
going to call a timeout here as he walks back to the official, and that is going to be at the 6:47 mark of the fourth and final period. 26-10, the Ardmore Tigers lead the Carl Albert Titans at second down and 12 from the 48 in Titan territory when we return for your Tigers. And we're back after this on Tiger Football on the big station, 97.7. Noble Stadium, the Ardmore Tigers lead at 26-10 at home tonight. Jimenez will lead his team to the line of scrimmage now with Twins wide to the left here. Lone back behind him, and Jermaine Gresham wide to the right. Lionel going to hand it off to Colbert. Colbert looking for a hole, dancing up inside. Not much running room right there for Jimmy Colbert. He had to run sideways a little bit and getting it done defensively there is Caleb King, the middle linebacker. First one in there on the tackle. Also Matt Koivisto, let's hope, in there on the tackle. Third down 11.
A lot of guys would have lost yardage there, though. I'm telling you, there were too many white jerseys in the backfield, and Jimmy somehow gets up near the line of scrimmage anyway.
Koivisto. I'm still trying. Third down and 11 at the 47-yard line. Jimenez from the gun. Colbert standing next to him. Gresham wide to the near side here. The right side of the field, wide out to the far side is going to be Colbert. Here's the snap. Jimenez looking for Jimmy Colbert out of the backfield. He's got it at the 35-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down if they'll spot it right there. It is a first down for the Ardmore Tigers. I had Colbert wide to the left, and he wasn't out there. I just
that was Robbie.
That was Robbie Gordon out there. So Colbert on the reception, though, and makes the first down.
Nice play call, because 3rd and 11, what does everybody do think? Jermaine Gresham, Colbert out of the backfield, nobody on him. Perfect swing pass, let him catch it heading south with it, and an easy first down pickup, and maybe the biggest first down pickup of the season for the Tigers.
And credit Jimenez for going through his keys, looking deep to see if Jermaine might be open, and then finding Colbert for what he knew would be a surefire first down catch. Keep that clock moving.
38, Keith Todd back into the ball game now at fullback. Colbert at the deep back. They're offset in the backfield. They hand it to Keith, and he is up in the middle there. Rough running room right there for Keith Todd as he runs into a couple of whales. The biggest one going to be number 19, Torrey Breath. And Torrey Breath, boy, he brings a load when he comes. Not a very big guy, but he's very athletic looking. He can put a hat on you.
In that situation, the yardage not as important as protecting the football. Keith wrapped it up with both big arms and going to make sure he didn't lose possession of that football with the clock ticking, 5:20 left, and the Tigers with a 2-touchdown lead.
Second down and 8. Ball at the 32. Tigers in Titan territory. Offset backfield again with Keith Todd and Jimmy Colbert. Going to counter it back to Todd here, and he's going to be met by a host of Titans there at the line of scrimmage. There's not a lot of running room right there in the big middle of that Titan defense.
Same play, pretty much same result.
Different side is the only difference.
Fake it up to him, had a little, looked like a little option play out after the fake out on the corner, but Carl Albert not fooled by it. Clock still ticking though, 4:43 and counting. Carl Albert has all 3 timeouts left.
3rd down and 7 to go. Ball right at the 31-yard line. Dante Miller wide to the left here. They're going to pitch it that way to Colbert. Good blocking out there in front of him is Keith Todd. And the guy's going to slip right off of Todd and going to make the tackle right there on Jimmy Colbert. So that's going to bring up a 4th down and 4.
And the Titans can run defensively, as it looked like he's got the corner when he got over there, and the pursuit just caught up with him.
Timeout on the field with 4:08 to play. The Ardmore Tigers lead it here at the end of the ball game, into the 4th quarter, 26-10. And we're back after this. Timeout on the field on Kickham Country. Here's up 26-10. Jimenez, 4th down and 4. They'll go for it here. Straight backs behind him. And he's going to fake pitch it, throw it across the middle, up in the air to Booker. He catches it at the 12-yard line, and Brian Booker falls forward. He'll get to the 10. He gets to the 10.5-yard line. It's where they'll spot the football. Great job there by the Tigers on 4th down and 4. To get the first. It'll be first, close to 1st and goal. They may get it where they could get a first down inside the 1 here. They're dragging the chains down there anyway.
Well, we've got a chance, a couple of scores from around the area. Tishomingo leads Jones 28-0 in the 4th. Blanchard leads Dixon 45-22 in the 4th. And Billy, you've got one from Mike Strawn again.
I've got Millwood 27, Plainview 12 with 11:31 in the 4th.
This will be the 10th play of this drive for Ardmore.
Be sure to join us tomorrow morning from Phil Tabor's Prairie Kitchen. We'll be talking to the area coaches tomorrow morning at 8:30 and find out what transpired in their ball games tonight.
And boys, we're getting pretty close to my 8-minute mark on the drive here with 3:25 left.
We just crossed 6 minutes on this drive.
There was 9-something when we started.
9:29.
Whether they score or not,
yeah,
they've won the game with this drive.
Yeah.
But we want the score.
We'll take the style points.
Just keep the clock running.
Exactly.
There you go.
Well, they're just a little off their 41-point average. So,
Right.
you know, you want to stick around that. Clock is ticking at 2:57. Jimenez going to wait the other clock out till it gets down to 1, and then he'll take the snap. Here's the pitch to the right side. Culbert dances up inside one tackler to the 5-yard line, ducks his head, gets into the zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Had to sidestep a defender about the 3-yard line. They just put his head down right on the back of his blocker, who I think was Booker out in front of him, just lunged on his back and rode him across the goal line.
Great job running.
We've mentioned it a few times tonight. That is a championship style drive.
They've had
right
at
there.
least 4 tonight, guys. And that was just almost perfect with my 8-minute mark there, guys.
2:45 to go. About a minute and 30 shy, I think. No, a minute 19. That's what it was going to be.
No problem.
I looked at it so I could remember.
I'll take it.
Dante Miller will hold. Kobe Price to kick. This one is up. And it is good. So the Ardmore Tigers, with 2:45 remaining here in the contest, take a lead of 33 for Ardmore, 10 for Carl Albert, and we're back after this. The Tigers lead them on the big station, 97.7. Stadium, 2:45 remaining in the ball game. Tigers get it in the zone, 33-10 the score at this juncture. The second-hand sports kick is going to be high in the air, and they'll down it right at the 28-yard line. Doing the downing right there is Larry Nickelberry. And that will let us get the Easy Shop scoring drive underway here with Brandon Martin.
The scoring drive that put the game away. 11 plays, 80 yards in 6 minutes and 44 seconds. A minute 16 short of Billy Wallace's 8-minute request, but we'll take it. Capped off by a 10-yard run by Jimmy Culbert, who did the lion's share of the work on that drive, getting down the field with some tough runs.
The Carl Albert Titans will line it up at the 28-yard line, 1st and 10 here. And again, that's going to be Kaiser in the quarterback position, and 35-40. He's going to get a first down right there as he just runs for his life. And Marquise Booker going to be the last guy to say hello to him. Andron Thompson also in there on the tackle for the Tigers.
And you know, whoever is scouting for whoever we play next week has got a lot to take back with them. I mean, the Tigers can grind it out. They can throw the post for 70 for a touchdown. They've got a tight end that can pick up the big yardage when you need it. They've got 3 or 4 running backs that can carry the football. A lot to work on. And that guy.
Kevin Andrews unabated, and that's going to hurt.
And that guy ain't bad either. Or the guy on the other end. Or the guy in the
guys
middle.
up the middle. Or the guys at safety and cornerback.
Hey, that's 230 pounds of Andy Mendoza right up the middle right there. And boy, good job by Kevin Andrews. Of course, how many times this year have we said that? Just great defense. The Tigers have a great defense this year. Kevin Andrews, Brian Booker, those guys up front just anchor a great defense. That's all there is to it.
He told Kaiser he'd be back. He was.
Yeah. 33-10, a minute 54 as the flags fly here. Some motion to talk about. I'm just going to map it all out and see exactly who they got. Illegal motion against the Titans. And that'll back them up 5.
Hey, David, as far as I can tell, Tigers have been pretty much injury-free tonight, have they not?
Yes, they have. I really haven't seen anybody come off that has anything significant. They're going to be ready for next week.
Good. That might be the best news of all.
3 touchdowns, guys.
Sorensen Sudbury sideline report this year brought to you by our good friends Dr. Sorensen, Dr. Sudbury. They throw it out to the left right there, and Marquise Booker drops off in coverage and is going to tackle the receiver there, David Vaughn.
Guys, you couldn't see it over on my side of the field, but one of the wide receivers went after Robbie Gordon on the other side of the field. That'll be fun if the film's wide enough to see what Robbie did to him.
1:16 remaining here. And Kaiser throws it right into the arms of Brian Booker there. He's got to be thinking this is not as much fun as Dad told me it was going to be. Playing quarterback of the Carl Albert Titans tonight.
And folks, don't forget to watch the replay. I think, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays.
Wednesday at noon, Tuesday at 8, Thursday at what time?
It's Tuesday at
7.
7, okay.
7 Tuesday and Thursday.
Well, that's why I keep missing the first part of it.
Yeah, Thursday, usually watch it at lunch.
There you go.
I work.
Anyway, watch it. There's some blocks you got to see and some other defensive plays. It's worth seeing again.
And get your tickets early for next week. This is a good team, and it's going to be fun to watch again next week. That's a minute 3 on the clock after that incompletion. So the Tigers will take over on downs with 63 ticks left on the clock here. And they're rolling the first round of the 5A state playoffs. Got to be happy with this one.
You'll expect to see next week either Coweta or Tulsa Bishop Kelly making the drive down to Ardmore. That's a heck of a trip.
And the Tiger crowd that has remained celebrating with the Tigers as they come off after that defensive stand. As a lot of folks have left in their cars, and we appreciate your attendance tonight. And by the way, thanks to all the veterans. This is Veterans Day. It's a really nice Veterans Day, and we owe a lot to a lot of folks. Young veterans, older veterans, there's a lot of them out there.
And those not with us anymore. Pretty impressive, guys. Pretty efficient.
Jimenez takes snap, downs it.
3
Gonna let the clock run down here. What a great football team to follow this year, man. I'm telling you, my thanks not only to the Ardmore Tigers and the way they play, the coaching staff and all that, but to those people who sit in that boardroom and decide that we can follow this team this year. I really appreciate them this year. It's been a great privilege to do this, and man, it's going to just continue. I'm thinking we're going to be busy December 3rd. Second down. Now it's going to turn into third down as they down it, and that's going to run the clock out. 14 seconds on the clock as it ticks down. So your final score tonight, your Ardmore Tigers going to the second round of the playoffs. The great thing about it, they're going right here to Noble Stadium next week. And again, the final score tonight, 33-10. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back here and get the wrap-up show underway as the postgame will be live at 97.7. Glad to have you along here at the big station, Kickham Country. Final score tonight, your Ardmore Tigers 33-10 as they advance to the second round of the 5A playoffs, and they will do that right here at Noble Stadium next Friday night. Be sure and get yourself out here, bring a radio with you, make sure we don't make any mistakes. Hey, a great ball game tonight, and we do have some things to talk about here as far as our Carter County Dodge five-star dealer player of the game tonight, and we're gonna give it to a young guy that we probably could have given it to 7 or 8 times this year anyway, and the quarterback of the Ardmore Tigers, Lionel Jimenez, the Carter County Dodge five-star dealer, star of the game tonight. And I believe David.
Let Brandon get the stats. He's got the stats on him, and David's trying to get him.
Jimenez was 15 of 24 for 244 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he also rushed 8 times for only 4 yards, but he had a touchdown run there too. Made no mistakes, just efficient, solid quarterback play all night long, as we have come to expect from him.
That's going to put him well over probably 2,000 1,000 yards this year passing, and got the legs going too. And David Polk is down there, the Carter County Dodge 5-star dealer of the dealer star of the game with Lionel Jimenez.
Lionel Jimenez down here on the field, and just to give you a little idea on your stats, I know that's not something you'd pay a lot of attention to, but 15 to 24, 244 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. You ran the field well tonight, young man.
Oh, thank you. My receivers made some unbelievable catches tonight, so that helps me a little bit. But we're all playing pretty good, and our defense is doing a good job on giving us good field position. We're winning the field position battle every game, so that's all that matters.
Well, that is something we've talked about a lot tonight, Lionel, is the fact that, as you say, the defense does a lot to give you guys an opportunity to make some good plays. And as you said, there were some pretty significant catches there. Talk about the wind just a little bit and how that affects it from one side of the field to the other.
Well, if you're throwing with the wind, it's gonna take your ball a little bit. With the if you're throwing against the wind, it's gonna make it like fall down or whatever. So you gotta be careful with that. But my job is to run the offense, no turnovers. That's what I'm gonna do. So that's what we're trying to do right now.
And that's what we did tonight. One of the plays that we were just all amazed about towards the end of the first half, when you threw the ball to Jermaine in the corner of the end zone against the wind, it had to be a touch pass, and everything just worked right. And that offensive line you've got's done some pretty significant things for you this year.
Yeah, they deserve a lot of credit. I mean, they blitzed almost all night, and they picked it up. I had a lot of time back there. If I got a lot of time, my receiver's gonna get open, so that's what happened.
Well, it's a great credit, young man, when you stand in the pocket and you know you're going to get hit and you're throwing some pretty significant balls down the field. But you are a Carter County 5-star player of the game. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You bet.
All right, David Polk, thank you so much down there. Again, the Carter County Carter County Dodge 5-star dealer.
And wouldn't you expect him to thank other people, too? That's part of the reason that he is the leader that he is for this team.
I'm telling you.
He's got a PhD in coach speak. I know that.
He's a good young man, and he pays attention, I'll tell you that. The great game for him tonight, and again, proud to be able to award him the 5-star dealer player of the game tonight. We will, I tell you what, we get another good player here. He's past his prime, but still a pretty good player, and we'll send it down to the Bill Parker New York Live. After game talk with the coach. Here's David Polk.
Coach Mike Lloyd, gets a little more fun every week, 11-0, but really 1-0 as you look at these 4 games that we've got to play to do well, and a sharp team tonight as they took it to the Carl Albert Titans.
Well, it's anytime you can beat Carl Albert. It's been a long time coming, and that's who our kids wanted. They responded to the challenge. We didn't get very many breaks, but I thought we fought hard for 4 quarters, and pretty physical ball game. But again, it's nice to beat the defending state champions and beat them on our field. But I thought our kids on both sides of the ball gave tremendous effort.
Lionel Jimenez talked just a little bit about the fact that their defense blitzed all night long, and the offensive line really stepped up and did what they needed. I know that he was pressured some, but had an opportunity to throw some pretty nice passes tonight.
Well, I thought our offensive line did a tremendous job. But, we took advantage. We knew they were going to blitz, and that's just something we picked up on the film. And, anytime you don't get any sacks, I think we had one there early in the ball game, but that was just a miscommunication on the quarterback's part. But I thought that, we made some plays when we had to, and I thought our offensive line did some great jobs. They also did a good job with run blocking. And, it's still a pretty physical Carl Albert team. They had everybody back, so there's no excuses. And beginning of the year, they had some people out with injuries, but tonight they had everybody, and that's the way you want it. And, like I said, our kids, this is the game these kids wanted to play, and that's who they got, and they took care of business. And we've got 3 more steps. We've got to take step number 2 next week.
Coach, 33-10. The defense again steps up big this week against that team. Did some pretty good things. You never really felt like there was any bend to them. There were a couple of letdowns, but for the most part, they really took it to them.
Well, they don't score. They don't score a touchdown if we don't have a miscommunication on our punt return. It was a punt safe, and I don't think they scored a touchdown the whole game. But they made a play. But again, our kids responded to the challenge, and we didn't have a whole lot of things going our way as far as getting calls and things. And I thought we played hard, and I thought we deserved the win. And I don't think there's any doubt in anybody's mind who the best team was and who's the most physical team. All we heard all week long, and they're talking on their end, is that Ardmore wasn't physical, and it's a different Ardmore team. It's a different area, and I thought these kids proved tonight we're the more physical team.
Well, I think folks that are saying they're not physical have not seen them play. 19 plays that the Carl Albert Titans had on offense in the first half. They had 39 yards in total offense.
Well, I mean, we knew going in we had a good chance to shut them down, but it's like I tell our kids, talking doesn't do the playing. Let's go out there and let's do the playing. Let our playing do the talking. And we heard stuff tough all week long. But again, we came out and took care of business. Anytime you can beat the defending state champions, they have a little mystique. But like I said, this is the beginning of a new era, and these kids, they respond to the challenge. And I'm pleased, but it's just step one. We got 3 more steps to go.
Congratulations, Coach. Again, 33-10. Guys, back up to you. The Tigers put it on the Titans.
All right, thanks, David Polk. The Bill Parker, New York Live, post-game talk with the head coach, Mike Lloyd. And, again, thanks, Bill Parker, for giving us a chance each and every game to talk with the head coach there and get his thoughts on it. Of course, congratulatory remarks, 11-0, the Ardmore Tigers right now in the season after a 33-10 win here at Noble Stadium tonight. First round of the 5A playoffs. That means there's only 3 games left. We're back here. We're left back here at Noble Stadium. We'll be back here and line up some stats for you as long as the scoring summary as well. We'll do that up next. How about that? The Ardmore Tigers win tonight 33-10 right here where the Ardmore Tigers play. It's the big station, 97.7. And again, the Ardmore Tigers get it done against Carl Albert's Titans, the defending state champions tonight. 33-10, the final score. And here's how the scoring went in the first quarter. DeJuan Miles took a 2-yard run in, and Kelby Price kicked it through the uprights to make it 7-0 with 3:14 to go in the first. In the second quarter, 10:36, Carl Albert's Turbyville kicked a 29-yard field goal to make it 7-3 at that juncture. The Jermaine Gresham catch with a 32-yard pass from Lionel Hibonez. 6:29 to go in the first half. Kelby kick was a little bit wide. At that juncture, it was 13-3. And then an 11-play, 71-yard drive, 4:18. Jermaine Gresham capped it off with an 8-yard touchdown catch from Lionel Hibonez to make it 20-3 after Kelby kicks it through the uprights. It's 20-10 when Benjamin Gregg scored the 40-yard run there for the Carl Albert Titans at 9:50 to go in the third quarter. 5:43 to go in the third. Lionel Jimenez, a 1-yard run plunge there, and a 26-10 game after the PAT failed. It was a Jimmy Colbert final run of 10 yards for a 245 mark of the game that really stuck it in there. 33-10, the final score here after Kelby Price kicks it through the upright. And that was an 80-yard, 12-play drive late in the ball game from the 5-minute something mark, 4-minute something mark down to 2:45. Great job there. 6 minutes and 44 seconds taken off the clock for the Tigers. And again, they win it tonight. Final score 33-10. Brendan is going to look at some of the stats for us here tonight. Brandon?
All right. Ardmore pretty much dominated the game when you look at stats alone. 17 first downs to 10 for Carl Albert, 383 yards of total offense compared to 155 for the Titans. And it all starts with the quarterback. Jimenez, 15 of 24 for 244 yards, while Carl Albert's revolving door of QBs could only muster 61 yards through the air. Individually for the Tigers, 59 yards on 15 carries for Jimmy Colbert, 46 on 5 for Jermaine Stubblefield, 16 on 3 for DeJuan Miles, Keith Todd 4 for 14, and Jimenez 8 carries for 4 yards. Receiving through the air, Gresham had 7 catches for 133 yards. Brian Booker 4 for 51. Robbie Gordon, the king himself, 1 for 25. Jimmy Colbert 1 for 14. Dante Miller 1 for 13, and Jermaine Stubblefield 1 for 8. That's 6 different receivers for the Tigers caught a pass, and it just goes back to the quarterback just moving the ball around, very efficient, no mistakes, and that's a big reason why Ardmore won 33-10, and that's a big reason why they'll be playing at home next week against Coweta or Bishop Kelly.
And sorry, we don't.
Our thanks again to Mr. Sneed for teaching him the math that has allowed him to do such a fine job.
Really good at that, man.
It has made me what I am today.
All right. Hey, you guys, appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. That's.
Hey, this is fun. I think I'll stick around for the rest of the season, if you don't mind.
The rest of the season. The Ardmore Tigers extend their season at least one more game anyway, and it is at home next week. And we'll be glad to tell you. I tell you what, tomorrow morning we'll certainly have it. The coaches show. Tune in at 8:30 in the morning, and we'll go from 8:30 to 9:30 with the area coaches. Talk to them and get all that lined up for you. Who's coming here and what have you. But if you want to look, as he just said, either the Kelly girls or the Coweta Tigers.
Coweta Tigers? Is that what they are?
I believe so.
All right.
So it could be Tigers.
Kelly girls?
Kelly.
Boy, there goes the bulletin board stuff already, huh?
They're calling us girls on the broadcast.
No, it's just, that's what I've called him for a
One
while.
more thing before we go. Again, a very safe and happy 16th birthday to Big Keith Todd out of the fullback position. They want us to say that, and we'll do it for him.
By the looks of him, I think he's going to be fine tonight.
Yeah, he's surrounded by his harem down there.
That is wrong.
That is so wrong. All right. Listen, we are going to get out. Thanks, David Polk. We appreciate you, bro. And we're going to get out tonight live from the old stadium. Again, we'll send it back. I tell you what, I don't do this every game, and I'd like to say not only thanks to Billy Wallace, Brandon Martin, and David Polk, but back in the studios, Terry Riddle been doing a great job all year, keeping us on the air at times, and doing a great job. We appreciate his efforts back at the studios of the big station 97.7. That's going to do it. Again, for Billy Wallace, Brandon Martin, David Polk, I'm Mike Laird. Good night, big guy.